The news is live on Joy 99.7 FM and Hits 103.9 FM in Accra. In Kumasi, we are on Love 99.5 FM and over 30 affiliates across Ghana's 16 regions, including ATL FM, Cape Coast, Might FM, Tamale, Bewa Radio Yendi, and in Kiligi FM, Bole. Get radio, TV, and online content on the MyJoyOnline.com interactive app for Android and iOS devices. Coming up, new court documents expose Cecilia Dapa's refusal to disclose ownership and sources of stolen money found in her home. Details as she invoked her constitutional right to remain silent by refusing to provide information on the ownership and sources of the amount of money reportedly stolen. Also, the Attorney General has indicated his intention to push for a daily trial in the prosecution of Menzgold CEO Nana Appiah Mensah.
That this is a matter that we must apply to the courts for an expedited hearing.
In business,
IMF officials expected in town this weekend for first review of Ghana's program. More on the Joy Business Report.
Also, La Agbese fisherfolk expressed concerns over incorrect computation of the fishing season, reporting empty nets despite close season.
The time of closing season is not going well with our fishing. Therefore, the time should be reversed to maybe June.
We'll hear from consumers as well as who are worried the dry spell is pushing the price of fish up. I am Amesi Yamiche Thompson. Thanks for staying. Now, new court documents have revealed former Sanitation Minister Cecilia Dapa refused to provide information on the ownership and sources of the amount of money reportedly stolen from her home and the cash sums discovered by the Office of the Special Prosecutor there. According to the fresh court documents filed by the OSP, the former minister also invoked her constitutional right to remain silent by refusing to provide information on the ownership and sources of the amount of money reportedly stolen. There's more in this report.
According to the Office of the Special Prosecutor, the former minister also claimed that she owns an undisclosed and unidentifiable part of the sum of 2,862,000 cedis and 7 Ghana cedis retrieved from the said residence. She claimed that some of the money was received as certain allowances and revenue from a cosmetics business, which she registered under the name Demacare Cosmetics as a sole proprietorship. However, the OSP's investigation revealed that Cecilia Dapa is not the registered legal owner of the said business enterprise. The official records of the Office of the Registrar of Companies reveal the proprietor of Demacare Cosmetics as one Marian Ibua. The special prosecutor says the money was craftily concealed in wraps, polythene bags, clothes, 32 envelopes, and were buried and secreted in obscure places in the residence, some with labels and descriptions. Audio-visual recording of the search revealing concealed cash sums of money have been given to the court as evidence. The OSP's criminal intelligence further suggested that Cecilia Dapa, as a Minister of State, was engaged in an undisclosed and undeclared real estate business in which she obscured and concealed the transactions by employing the use of aliases to avoid detection of the actual ownership of the business and properties, while cleverly receiving the proceeds of the transactions in her bank accounts and investments.
And that was a News Desk report. Still in court, the Attorney General says the state will push for a daily trial in the criminal prosecution of the CEO of Menzgold, Nana Appiah Mensah, who pleaded not guilty to 39 counts of offences, including money laundering, carrying on deposit taking without the requisite license, and lawful deposit taking, among others. The Deputy Attorney General, Alfred Tuah-Yeboah, says the state is set for trial.
This is a matter that we must apply to the courts for an expedited hearing. So at the case management stage, we'll put up that application and request the court, subject to the court's convenience, to have this matter heard on daily basis. We want this matter to be heard so that those depositors can know their fate, so the accused person also can also know his fate. The property that we have may have to be auctioned so that we give it to the depositor. So we are looking at various options. But to us, our main aim is to prosecute him, and if need be, if he's convicted, he should be made to face the law.
Meanwhile, the leadership of the aggrieved customers of Men's Gold have expressed satisfaction with how the AG is proceeding with the case and wants their members not to get involved. Isaac Nyako is the chairman of the aggrieved customers.
We are more than pleased to even mention that he is in to apply for a daily persecution of the case. We are more than pleased, and we like the way things are going. Quite a number of the figures that were mentioned from the customers had disparities, for which reason we need to amend those figures with the Attorney General.
Isaac Nyako is the chairman of the aggrieved customers of Men's Gold. Let's head now to the Upper West region, where first-time voters risk missing out on the limited voters registration exercise at the district office after torrential rains left portions of the Nyori road network unmotorable, cutting off prospective registrants. Economic activities on the Bulenge Katwa Yala stretch has also grinded to a halt. Joy News Upper West regional correspondent Rafiq Salam reports.
The Wa'is district, apart from being one of the poorest districts in the Upper West region, has arguably the worst roads in the region. Having access to its district capital, Alfansi, is one of the challenges faced by the people, irrespective of where one resides in the district. Using the Wabuleng route is the worst and gives commuters nightmares.
We can't communicate between community to community, even accidents here and there. Night, for instance, you can't move.
With the limited voter registration ongoing in the district, several prospective registrants have been cut off due to the bad nature of the road. The Wise District Office, after 7 days of the limited voter registration, has only been able to register 261 prospective voters. The Wise Member of Parliament even has to truncate his monitoring visit to the EC District Office at Fonsi.
I think it's a very, very big constraint to us in accessibility, but also to the exercise of registering new voters. I'd like to use this opportunity to call on government and the Electoral Commission, for that matter, to consider opening an additional registration center for the Wa East District.
Reporting for Joy News, Rafiq Salam, Yango Yiri.
Meanwhile, government is working to build a temporary bypass to replace the mesh sections of the Bole Bambwe Mwa Highway that cut off the Upper West region. Roads and Highways Minister Kwesi Amokwanta assures the roads will be fixed in a week.
So work has started in earnest. So within a week, and I want to make that promise. So watch my lips. I'm saying within a week, this road will be established temporarily for vehicles to pass, and then the next few weeks, permanent works will be done. And
Mr. Amokwata has also directed officials of the Bole District Assembly and NADMO to regulate the activities of canoe operators, including their fares. Now, it appears Ghana may wrongly be computing the fishing season in the country. That is the concern of some fishermen at La ABC in the Ladade Kotopon municipality. They say they are unable to make any meaningful catch despite religiously observing the closed season. But right after the season, fishermen are unable to make any handsome catch. Here's Ramat Bashiri's report.
Prices of fish is soaring as the commodity is in short supply. At Saide's Kenke joint, fish is costing an arm and a leg, and consumers are worried.
It's from 8 cities, so fish are very expensive now in Ghana.
I bought a little kenke with fish. I tell you the price of the fish, and secondly, they do count.
It's 6 cedis, that's the red fish, and the kpala is 15 cedis, and this one is 8 cedis, 6 cedis, 8 cedis, and 7 cedis.
It is Saturday morning at Labese Fishing Center in the Labadi community here in the Greater Accra region. Fishermen here are frustrated about the unusual state of their catch, which is already threatening their livelihoods. The chief fisherman, Henry Odoi-Peku, says despite the closed fishing season, they are not making enough catch whenever they visit the sea.
The time of closing season is not going well with our fishing. We don't argue with the government, but what we are saying is the time of July is our bumper harvest. Therefore, the time should be reversed to maybe June. The closing season may be reversed to June rather than July.
Ramat Bashir's report read to you. Now, before we go, President Akufo-Addo will take his turn to address the 78th session of the UN General Assembly later today in New York. It is under the theme Rebuilding Trust and Reigniting Global Solidarity, Accelerating Action on the 2030 Agenda and its Sustainable Development Goals towards Peace, Prosperity, Progress and Sustainability for All. We'll definitely be bringing you updates on that in subsequent bulletins. And that's it for this morning's bulletin. In our top story, new court documents exposes Cecilia Dapa's refusal to disclose ownership and sources of stolen money found in her home. I am Amazing Amateur Thompson. Business is next on the Super Morning Show.
You know, Papa, see that? And it's rickety car. Hey, Papa! Bobo, so how your engine now? It is half man, half amazing. Thanks to Quartz and you can feel better energy. Can't touch this. Actually, guys, so Sancho's engine just died like that. Yes, so somebody managed to convince him that there is a better engine oil than Quartz, and he switched. Sancho Panza. Now, which engine oil can be better than Quartz? No other, my guy. Quartz with its age-resistant technology, it keeps your engine younger for longer. Now you know. Have you guys seen the new bottle design? It's superb. Quartz 9000 from Total Energies there improves fuel efficiency. Why do you think Mr. Mane and Logoso have taken the Quartz Nation Movement World Cup like that? Mr. Mane, sorry. Chairman Mane. Chairman. Hey, Quartz. Keep your engine younger for longer.
Behind every door lies a world of opportunities.
And with Absa's flexible loans, you hold the master key to open all the doors to your dreams.
Doors to a new horizon and everything you could ever dream of. At Absa, we help you open the doors to all your dreams. Whether you want to buy a home, a plot of land, or finance your personal projects, our flexible personal loans, mortgage, and credit cards can make it happen. Visit absa.com.gh to discover how to get things done. That's Africanacity. That's Absa. Terms and conditions apply.
Your preferred retirement partner, Apex Trustee, offers you an unmatched pension administration service that guarantees a cheerful life of retirement for both formal and informal sector workers. Our Progress Occupational Pension Scheme, the Progress Provident Fund Scheme, and the Progress Personal Pension Scheme will help you achieve financial peace of mind during retirement. Apex Trustee provides employer-sponsored schemes, including staff welfare schemes, seeking to outsource the day-to-day administration of their second-tier occupational pension and third-tier Provident Fund schemes. Start the quality lifestyle journey you envisage for your retirement now. Call us on 0504 368048 or 0256 793330. Apex Trustee, a joyous retirement begins here.
Guess what? Orca Decor is still celebrating our 20th anniversary. Get 50% off top quality furniture, accessories, decor, and more. Hurry, oh, hurry. The items are flying off the shelves. Visit Orca on Spintex Road and the newly opened Accra Mall branch today.
Kwame! Yes, ma. Inswane beto, shana chisho bola ni kogu gartenim na inswane mfanenko. Wate?
Yo, matema. Aji, mawo, obimro.
Awo, Kwame. Yeah, amafwe, me bane pro.
Wa she, sisa super wate. Ji zoom lion bola konko nubi. Nama zoom lion fa bola no. Never star 857 hash. Tia bola neka.
Yeah, Charlie, so many vibes and I born 10 father, my sanaba. My mini papa, and you're not for more fear no more acquaintum. Trebiania, so a maniska coffee, and fancy that near fear for before Jawisi no parking. I bear me Sujai Casa. Thanks to Sukasa, how hard to your nature. Sukasa see a damn brony friend affordable luxury homes, or more 2, 3, 4 bedrooms, where you're fully gated or grants and communities, or more malls, clubhouse, and all social amenities, plus 24-hour security. Almost our flexible payments, and yeah, no my dear, Dal Casa, plus 100% 100% guaranteed cashback. Yes, 100% guaranteed cashback. No quick unanswered stories. Contact Sukasa right now through phone calls or WhatsApp on 030-296-0865 and 055-369-7886. Charlie's social media so more, baby. You can find them on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube at Sukasa GH. Email Susi at info@sukasa.com.gh. Sukasa, building on trust.
Charlie, that be the sound you hear when things make hot. I'm sure this is not battery, just cash flow. Laja no day. It is safe to say we are all facing challenging times. We are all wondering how we are going to lighten our financial burdens. Nowhere cool. But don't worry, with a little help from your trusted bank, Societe Generale Ghana, be biara be fine. Societe Generale Ghana is making all its customers happy with the Yatiso Loans promo. In fact, SG Ghana customers and even non-customers who are on the controller and accountant general payroll can enjoy access to our amazing discounted loans. Don't waste time. Get your loan today. Step into a branch or call 0302-214-314 to get the ball rolling. Terms and conditions apply. Remember, promotion ends on 29 September 2023. Societe Generale Ghana. The future is you.
Just be happy. Don't you worry.
Pios.
Hi, Superman.
So we've been talking about what Kwame Sarpong shared in his lecture. Lots of insights, you know. And he points out quite clearly that, look, if you want to know how healthy a country is, two things are very key. One, if you are born there, what are your chances of surviving to the age of 1 and beyond? And two, if you live there, averagely, at what age will you die? Right? How many years can you survive in that country? Because these two questions, when you are trying to answer them, it will bring out all the issues. What is the access to health care? If you are sick and there, you are, what is the quality of medical care you get? Yeah. How good are the doctors, right? If you are prescribed medication and you go and buy it, what are your chances of buying counterfeit medicine or real medicine, right? If you are a child, are you in the system? If you fall sick in the middle of the road somewhere and someone takes you to hospital, will they find all the necessary information to save you? Yeah. Or will they not know about your peanut allergy and end up killing you? Yeah. Right? All these little things will determine the health of the nation. How many people can survive to the age of 1, and how old will you be when you die?
Yeah.
In Ghana, do you know how old you'll be when you die?
I can't tell.
The average life expectancy, 64.9 years. So essentially, after you retire, you have some 4 years B. yeah, Charlie.
Yeah, but it's not funny. It's not funny. Yeah, indeed, we need to take our health seriously.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I guess you'll be having him in studio, right?
He's coming. I can't wait. This conversation will certainly move our minds in the right direction when it comes to health care delivery in Ghana. All right, let's get to it. The 6 a.m. news was brought to us by Total Energies. Total, we go the extra mile for you. And Absa Bank Ghana Limited, helping you find a way to get things done. All right, let's kick it into gear. Time for the Joy Business Report, brought to you by Glyco Life Travel Insurance. Glyco, we cushion you for life. And Africa World Airlines, touching Africa, touching the world.
Hello everyone, great morning to you. Warm welcome to the Joy Business Report. Coming up in this edition, IMF officials expected in town this weekend for first review of Ghana's program. Also in this bulletin, Economist Intelligence Unit revises its projected depreciation of the cedi to the dollar in 2023 to about 23%, but the local currency will become the third weakest in Africa. And Energy Minister reiterates government commitment to achieve sustainable development goals of 90% access to electricity by 2024. These and more shortly. Always a pleasure to have you on. I am Pius Kojobaka. Let's now settle for the details. Government is set for its first review of the International Monetary Fund program from Monday. The officials from the fund are expected in town this weekend for this major assessment. But how ready is the country, and are we likely to pass this test? George Yafe has the rest of the story.
The exercise by the IMF is to track Ghana's performance when it comes to meeting those quantitative and qualitative targets under the program. Joy Business understands that the IMF will be using government fiscal data ending June this year to carry out this assessment. That is, has government been able to meet those targets when it comes to expenditure cuts, revenue mobilization, and the debt restructuring? On the monetary side, the Bank of Ghana has also told Joy Business that they've been able to meet those targets that would help the country pass this review. The IMF team is led by its mission chief, Stefan Rode, and they will be putting together their report and submit it to the IMF board after this exercise. If Ghana is successful with this review, the board will then approve some $600 million to be disbursed to Ghana, possibly by the end of November this year. Passing this review could also trigger additional financial support from the World Bank and other donor partners.
George, you are fair with that report. Now, the Economist Intelligence Unit has revised its projected depreciation of the cedi to the dollar in 2023 to about 23% from the earlier 30%. According to its 2023 updated African Outlook report, this will place the local currency as the third weakest in Africa this year.
According to the UK-based firm, the cedi will depreciate lower than the 44% recorded against the American greenback in 2023. Presently, the cedi has declined in value by a little above 22% to the world's most important currency. This means that between now and the end of the year, the depreciation of the local currency to the dollar will be very marginal. The EIU reiterated that most African currencies lost substantial value against the US dollar during 2022, and it expects exchange rate weakness to continue in 2023, albeit to a lesser degree. Sudan and Zimbabwe, which will be ranked first and second West African currencies, will be among the weakest in the world in 2023. Meanwhile, Zambia kwacha will become the best performing currency in Africa this year, with a slight appreciation against the dollar.
A Business Desk report. Let's check the performance of the cedi this morning. It is going for 11 cedis 55 pesos against the US dollar on the forex or retail market. It is still selling at 14 cedis 60 pesos to the pound and trading at 12 cedis 40 pesos to the euro. Away from that, Energy Minister Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh has reiterated the government commitment to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals of 90% access to electricity by 2024. Speaking at the 24th World Petroleum Congress 2023 in Canada, he said the government will ensure a clean energy agenda going forward. According to him, the government is committed to ensuring more households use liquefied petroleum gas.
As we speak, 88.85% of the population have access to electricity. We want to get to our SDG goal of 90% by 2024 instead of 2030, which we have set to ourselves. 68% of our country has a form of modern method of cooking, where 37% is LPG, and we want to move LPG to 50%. 1% is electricity, and 27% is an improved gas cooking stoves for women.
Energy Minister Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh speaking at the 24th World Petroleum Congress 2023 in Canada. Still on energy-related stories, Chairman of the Mines and Energy Committee of Parliament, Samuel Atachian, has indicated that Ghana's oil and gas industry, if given the needed focus, could contribute significantly to the growth of the economy. According to him, if the gains made from the industry is increased, the country would not have to visit the International Monetary Fund for a bailout. He was speaking at the annual Ghana Oil and Gas Conference.
I am fully persuaded that if oil and gas should be permitted to run full throttle, Ghana will be something else. Drive the oil and gas industry in the country. How can you do such self-sabotage and think we can function well? I believe if we did serious matters with oil and gas, we won't go to IMF. I'm being educated that there is serious oil and gas in the Voltane Basin. That is what GMPC Samicin. And that undertaking, if we should ever get there, can surprise us so much. Probably maybe we'll not go to where Saudi Arabia is, but it's going to be a turnaround.
Chairman of the Mines and Energy Committee of Parliament, Samuel Atachian there. Now, the European Union, the government of Ghana, and the Food and Agriculture Organization have launched a €10 million project to support 50,000 vulnerable people grappling with food insecurity in some parts of the northern region. This is to reaffirm the EU and UN solidarity to addressing global food security. Richard Razali is EU ambassador to Ghana.
In 2022, the European Union and its member states, in what we call the Team Europe approach, set aside €7.7 billion for food security across the globe, out of which €600 million specifically for food production, strengthen local food production system, and address humanitarian situation.
More on food, the Cocoa Value Addition Artisans Association of Ghana has commended the government for its transformative policy initiative aimed at providing cocoa beans to indigenous cocoa value addition and chocolate manufacturing enterprises. The following report has more.
According to the association, the decision by government to facilitate the direct supply of premium Ghana cocoa beans to its membership and other indigenous Ghanaian small-scale cocoa processing and manufacturing enterprises will empower stakeholders to produce high-quality cocoa-based products for the domestic and export markets. The group is of the view that this remarkable step will not only bolster the domestic cocoa value chain, but also promote economic growth, job creation, and also increase Ghana's share of the global cocoa and chocolate industry, valued at $130 billion.
A Business Desk report. Ride-hailing firm Uber is partnering Enterprise Insurance to drive financial inclusion in the informal sector. The partnership, which led to the unveiling of a new product known as Save and Save, will enable drivers on the Uber platform get enrolled onto an insurance package to earn them some benefits. Speaking to Joy Business at the launch, country manager of Uber Ghana, Marjorie Sanlaw, disclosed that this is one of the significant steps to increase insurance penetration in the country.
This is one of the greatest innovation that we've seen in the ride-hailing sector. There has never been such product, and I also want to say in the insurance sector, we needed to get specific approval from the NIC to see this product being born. It's also the first cornerstone of our efforts to create a more inclusive and more financial inclusivity for our drivers. We believe they need to be acting part of this economy and being able to benefit to the same benefits of all.
Marjorie Sanlaw is the general manager of Uber Ghana. Now, businesses have been entreated to develop a strategy to ensure sustainability going forward. According to Global President of the Billionaire Conclave, Dr. Olumide Emmanuel, corporate sustainability is key to building transgenerational wealth and strong organization. He spoke to Joy Business at the launch of a 2-day fully residential VIP event on wealth creation.
It's all a function of the mind, because most of the time you find that most businesses do not transit the third generation. Most of the time the first generation that starts a business is a pioneering and generating generation. So they pioneer, they do a lot of stuff to start the business. But by doing that, by the time they raise their children grow up with a maintenance mindset. Oh, let's maintain what daddy and mommy has done. Let's maintain the legacy of daddy and mommy. But you don't build sustainability with a survivor mentality, and you don't build sustainability with maintenance mentality. By the time we get to the third generation, they become an entitled mentality, and that's why it doesn't go beyond the third generation.
You're still listening to the Joy Business Report. She started on the side making sauces for friends and family. Now Priscilla Crosby Arthur can't keep up with the demand for her hot pepper sauce, Shito. Today on the Joy Business Van, they tell the story of MS Special Hot Pepper Sauce.
I used to prepare food for my husband to work all the time. And then this Shito business all came about when a colleague of my husband decided to ask me to be preparing this sauce for them. It never started as Shito, it was rather sauce.
Priscilla Crosby Arthur recounts the beginning of a side business. Yes, side business, because this was never meant to be one. Priscilla just enjoyed to cook, and she was fulfilled when others enjoyed her meals, especially her sauces. Upon some convincing, Priscilla decided to go commercial. So what's in MS Special Hot Pepper Sauce? I'm sure you're wondering.
The full story of Priscilla is at 1 p.m. on the Joy Business Live on the Joy News channel, and of course after the Joy Business Report at 1 p.m. here on Joy 99.7 FM. Quickly to the commodities update. Crude oil is still selling high at $93 a barrel this morning. Gold lost marginally to open trading at $1,930 an ounce. Cocoa, however, gained $21 and trading at $3,642 a ton. And that's it for the Joy Business Report. With me, Pius Kojo Baka. The Super Morning Show continues.
Is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM. Coffee in your cup and joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
Every morning you wake up to the Super Morning Show. 99.7, that's the way to go. And when you're feeling down, Joy will pick you up. That's what we're here for. Keep tuning in for sure. It's the Super Morning Show. It's the Super Morning Show. Joy gives joy, don't you know? It's the Super Morning Show. 99.7, 99.7. Joy gives joy, don't you know? It's the Super Morning Show. 99.7, 99.7. Joy gives joy, don't you know? It's the Super Morning Show. 99.7, 99.7. Joy gives joy, don't you know? It's the Super Morning Show. 99.7, 99.7. It's the Super Morning Show.
I dedicate this song to recession, depression, and unemployment. This song's for you.
Today's a new day, but there is no sunshine. Nothing but clouds, and it's dark in my heart, and it feels like a cold night. Today's a new day, but where are my blue skies? Where is the love and the joy that you promised me? Tell me it's alright.
I'll be honest with you.
I almost gave up, but a power that I can't explain fell from heaven like a shower now.
When I think how much better I'm gonna be when this is over,
I smile, even though I hurt, see I smile. I know God is working, so I smile, even though I've been here for a while.
What you do?
I smile,
come on,
smile. It's so hard to look up when you've been down. Sure would hate to see you give up now.
God's people,
you look so much better when you smile. So smile.
Now every day ain't gonna be perfect, but it still don't mean today don't have purpose. Come on.
Today's a new day, but there is no sunshine. Nothing but clouds, and it's dark in my heart, and it feels like a cold night.
It ain't easy, but
today's a new day. But tell me, where are my blue skies?
Where is that love, y'all?
Where is the love and the joy that you promised me? Tell me it's alright.
The truth is,
I almost gave up, but a power that I can't explain.
That Holy Ghost power, y'all,
fell from heaven like a shower now.
Now I know we've been hurt, y'all, but still
I smile.
Come on.
Coffee in your cup and joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet.
by Kirk Franklin. Hello, Raymond. Hello, Elton.
Good morning, Kojo. How are you doing?
Not bad, not bad. That was our inspirational song, by the way, brought to you by Duraplast Ghana Limited, producers of quality PVC and HDPE pipes, as well as Water Tank, where Duraplast goes, water flows. Ray, you look a bit...
what? I don't have a polo. I am very much okay.
I wasn't even talking about... You don't look like you have a polo. You look a bit, subdued, like... before you eat.
But I'm smiling.
Yeah, you are smiling in Jesus' name. All right, listen, the Drive Safe campaign is brought to you by Joy News and Multimedia Group. It is supported by Toyota, superior quality. Listen, avoid all distractions. Keep both eyes on the road and hands on the steering wheel. Be visible. Drive with your lights on. That is how you drive safe. And look, the quality of our roads is still a problem. We've been talking about motorway for such a long time that maybe some people will think we've forgotten about the other roads. That Kaswa road.
Yeah.
It gives me nightmares anytime that I think I have to use it. For example, I have to go to Cape Coast or any of those places along the beach over there. It's terrifying to think how long I might be stuck in traffic just because of the poor quality of that road. I mean, how do people even manage to live there and commute in and out of Accra? Have you seen when it rains? Have you seen what happens to that road? I don't know the last time you were there.
It's been a while since I was on that road, but the Kaswa, there are so many issues with Kaswa.
That's why there are so many issues. The people are suffering bad roads, and we have turned them to the butt of all jokes. People don't want boyfriends who live in Kaswa. Yeah. People don't want friends. People don't want.
A pastor said that God should forgive you.
Yeah.
If you should have a girlfriend at Kaswa,
Yeah.
because of the traffic you endure.
What does this got to do with? The money you spend on shocks, it's true. You would need some kind of divine,
Instead of intervening and making sure that all Ghanaian people can connect with other people without difficulties.
Yeah.
And what you see, sometimes we should not only think about road, right? There are alternative modes of transportation. We should think deeper, broader than that. Yeah. The tunnel vision is too much in this country.
No, but then also there's also, apart from the fact that our contractors sometimes they don't do a good job. I mean, I've noticed something. The new road from the Gimpa Junction to Hachu. Now I don't know that stretch all the way from that road to the. Not the road. I mean, from the roadside to the Logon VCs. Now they are constructing all manner of, buildings around that area.
Yes.
Now, last 2 days I realized that there's a lot of heavy duty trucks. They are virtually destroying the road. I don't know whose responsibility is to ensure that when they destroy the road, they have to. I don't know the word to use.
They've made to pay for it.
Exactly.
Yes. Because it's as simple as
private development.
We were told we were given 10,000 cameras across this country, mostly in Accra, right? Ideally, we should be able to monitor who is doing what at what time. So especially when they are doing it public and on our roads.
Yeah, I think the ministry should take note because the road now is being destroyed gradually.
They will
come back and look for more money.
Cement on it as they drive along
and cutting through as well.
Anyway. Let's learn how to say it right. It's brought to you this morning by Kingdom Books. At Kingdom, quality and affordability are their hallmarks, and Societe Generale Bank, Ghana. The future is you.
Something must be done.
You say either. I say either.
Inflation has been terrible this year, hasn't it? It's come down a bit, but it's still quite high. I marveled when my bread guy told me the price of a loaf is now 30 cedis. It was 12 cedis just a few months ago. It's crazy, but I hope you noted the use of the word marveled. Sadly, the word gets misused a lot. I know some people who would have said, I was marveled. Now, marvel is a verb. It means to be filled with wonder or amazement. So, in its past tense, marveled, the conjugation is simple. I marveled, you marveled, he or she marveled, we marveled, they marveled. Now, I think some people think it's an adjective instead of a verb, and that is why they say, I was marveled. But it is indeed a verb, just like smile, wonder, look, guess, and so forth. Now, you wouldn't say, I was smiled at him, would you? Or I was looked at her, or I was guessed your age. Of course you wouldn't.
So we must all learn to say I marveled, not I was marveled. You know, the word marvel evolved from the Latin word mirare, which means to wonder at. Yeah, I'm sure you can't help but marvel at my Latin vocabulary. Well, it's partly because I read a lot as a child. Not I was read a lot as a child. Although I probably was read a fair bit as a child. What can I say? I was an open book. You would have marveled.
There you go. I marveled. Okay, now just before we get into the headlines, you know, yesterday it was fascinating. The Stanbic Bank Graphic Business Breakfast. There was a very interesting interaction with the chief director at the Ministry of Finance, Eva Menz. Okay, and she was basically justifying Ghana's revenue push. She said a lot needs to be done about our revenue situation. Let's listen to her.
We do not collect enough revenues, and I think everyone must understand that. Compared to our peers, even within the region, we are doing 13% of GDP. If you go through Accra, you drive through Accra, you see the buildings in Accra, you see the cars being driven, you can tell that there is money in the system. And yet, what comes to the state to provide public service is not as happens in other countries. So there's a disconnect. There's a disconnect between the GDP, what we produce as a nation, and what comes to the state to deliver public service. And that is why it's important to look at our revenue generation. How are we doing? I'm sitting with the Guta president, so my ears are already full with how much taxes we are collecting and the pressure we are giving them. But do businesses pay enough taxes? Do professionals pay enough taxes?
So that was Eva Menz. She's the chief director at the Ministry of Finance. But of course, managing an economy is not only about revenue. Expenditure is the other side of the coin, right? So the panelists at the business breakfast challenged her on this and said, look, you're not cutting enough expenditure as a government. Well, she disagreed. She said everything that can be cut has been cut. Listen to her.
Ask Ministry of Education and Ministry of Health. We haven't been able to employ a single of trainee. We haven't added any more people on our payroll. So that is an expenditure cut. That should be, in fact, if we can reduce our compensation budget, which is about 51 billion, by 10%, that 5 billion can fix a number of roads. Can we add on? No, so we haven't added on. It is so difficult because it's so sticky. The areas that you can cut are so minimal. Cannot cut statutory funds. Let's get to the point of statutory funds. 25% of all revenues collected goes to statutory bodies. That is not money that comes to the Ministry of Finance for the minister and cabinet to make a determination as to discretionary expenditure. It is not available. How are SOEs performing? Some SOEs are behaving like we are not in a crisis. Most of the discussions are very anecdotal, not based on the statistics. But Winston, you go back, don't take my word for it, go and pick the budget, look at the expenditures, look at the revenues, look at where government is spending money, and you tell me, give me a call, and tell me, Eva, I think that you should cut the expenditures here, and I'll gladly look at it.
That was Eva Menz.
Yes, before we move on, in all fairness, we should move away from the system where the people who are supposed to fix the problem complain a lot. Minister Ken Ofori-Atta told everybody in this republic, but where he lives is a cantonment or whichever area he's living, they don't pay property tax. Yes. So they don't pay property tax. And that when he comes to power, he will make sure that they pay, and he can pay more than could be actually paid by anybody in the area. So when it comes to power, are they now paying 10 times? Are they paying 25 times the original amount? So this complaint,
7 years, almost 7 years.
So why? 7 years into your government, you are still complaining.
The Ministry of Local Government started the process. Yes. I don't know whether they've started collecting the property tax, but
they've been calculating it for people automatically on the system. And people are already raising serious issues with it. There are some people who were paying their property tax in the past. Yeah. They were paying regularly a certain amount.
You said that, we need to pay more.
I'm trying to make a point. So those people are now having their property tax calculated for them by this automated system, and the discrepancy between what they were paying before and what they are being asked to pay now makes no sense whatsoever. Someone was paying less than 1,000 cedis property tax, now is being asked to pay 11,000 cedis. So what went into the calculation? How was it worked out? You see, so there are issues. The thing now, you have had 7 years to implement it.
Let's say we fought over these matters in 2017-18. By now, we would have settled on how much is supposed to be paid. So, I mean, this conversation should not be had with us. And again, did I hear her say that we do not have any other place to cut again? Please, the long list, there were almost 23 or 24 items that was listed by the IBF together with the bondholders. You remember, they went into a meeting, Senior and Co., and they brought us a long list.
Yeah, but that was the proposal. Government is not under any obligation to go by it.
I'm not saying that they are. So when you when you tell me that you do not have any place to cut again, show me on that list how many of the items you've actually taken down.
Or maybe she's actually including everything on that list.
See, with all due respect, would have known. The last time government communicated about the budget to us was a media review.
Yeah.
Show me how many of those items came in there. So, except they are telling us that they have been doing some other form of budgeting or engagement on the financial front that we are not aware of. But the last time, this a couple of months ago, show me which of the areas they had agreed to cut in there. Then I would know that indeed you meant to actually do more. But you can't come and be telling us you do not have any areas to cut. When you agreed that, going forward, so far I can participate and lose my money in the process,
you are going to cut cost here and there. And you see, the sad thing is that it really affects the goodwill of government, right? Because this is you are in an IMF program. Your prayer is that one day you will be allowed to go back and borrow from people. But if you can't keep your word, if you can't do what you say you will do, when are you hoping that somebody will be happy to lend you money again?
Especially when you are going for a second round of domestic debt exchange.
For the third round, not a second round. Third round.
So anyway, third round. At some point, we should be fair to ourselves anyway. Well.
All right, the news review now brought to you by First Atlantic Bank, refreshingly different, and Syntex Tank, a strong, a tough.
Now, the daily graphic and that story we've just been talking about, turning the economy around, cut down on expenditure. Speakers urge government at Graphic Business Bank breakfast meeting. And it has a picture of Professor Jakuma Jechidako, an economist at the University of Ghana, giving government the same thing that we are saying, but it looks like the professor's call came prior to the ultimate declaration that the meat is down to the bone. There's nothing to cut again. And the other point being made here is a very terrible story. 80% of prostate cancer patients report late for treatment. All men have been told that right from, some even bring it down to 35. Right from age 35, go and try and do the prostate test. All men have been given indications that you are at risk of it. So, like most cancers, you may not contribute or do anything that's going to make it worse or make it better. But it just needs to be identified early enough so that we can deal with it. So that it might not be too late for you. So, since we are all men here, Mbura inclusive, Samuel Adam is also here. Maybe we should lead the light. We should be going to the hospital weekly, monthly, so that we can advise people of our age that it is terrible. If you identify prostate cancer late, you're almost on your way to death. So it's a very dangerous situation that we need to take serious care of. And Consortium commits $10 million to lithium drilling. There's one also about don't impede the work of the Electoral Commission and also the judiciary. Professor Dr. SKB Asante tells politicians.
Right, so the Ghanaian Times says ECOWAS urged to apply tougher sanctions to stop illicit arms proliferation. 10 million project to tackle food security in northern region. NAM1 denies defrauding customers of 1.6 billion Ghana cedis. Now he's on a 500 million Ghana cedis bail. But the main story on the page, Lands Commission target $85 million investment to improve land administration services. So
he was released that day, right? On 500 million Ghana cedis bail.
I mean, going by the story, quite clearly, he's already on bail, isn't it?
He's not locked up as we speak.
At all.
Yes, he's on bail.
So 500 million Ghana cedis. Question is...
Was able to... Okay, well.
So he got in either other people or he himself to show proof of 500 million Ghana cedis worth of assets in order for him to be bailed.
Most likely.
Okay, that's so important.
500 million cedis with 4 sureties. None to be justified And then the
None
court
to be justified.
exactly
None to be. Oh, that's why he's.
yeah. The court also ordered that Mr. Mensah report to the CID headquarters every Thursday, and then he's also deposit his passports. Remember this case where Safina Mohammed, a student, allegedly murdered her boyfriend at Ashalibochu in July last year. You know that case, right? The Boga.
I recall.
Now 1 year on, the plea is to be taken. The lady's plea is yet to be taken.
They've gone through committal stage.
According to the story, the trial judge is yet to take the seat.
Okay.
And 1 year on, she's been, put in, and then her plea is yet to be taken together with the accomplices.
But at what point does the court decide that this judge cannot be available for this case and replace them? 1 year on?
Yeah, 1 year on. July last
Judge
year.
Noye, then what is keeping him for a year?
It's very unclear. The story, according to the so if you go through the story, it says it took place at Adenta. Frank, the court adjourned the case to October 13, when a substantive judge would be expected to take Safina's plea and empanel the jury for the trial to start.
All right.
Now, let me do the finder. And it's reporting this morning that I will support whoever wins November 4. Dr. Akoto is the one speaking. Attacks on opponents inimical to NPP. It's a contest of ideas, not insults. This is Dr. Bawumia saying that he is not going to insult anybody in this process, which is good anyway. We should hear more of the ideas, except that the ideas I'm hearing so far are how many offices you may build, how many people school fees you are likely to pay, how many people we are going to make employed in the party. You get the point, right?
Yeah.
I think because they feel it's a delegate election,
not to the nation.
But delegates, they are microcosm of the larger society.
Precisely.
Except, you get my point, right?
I do.
It's almost been made to look like the delegates are looking to better their personal, what they call it, fortunes, rather than be representative of the larger grouping. Especially, a delegate is a representation of a grouping.
Right.
Are we seeking to only get the interest of the delegate or the grouping the person is represented?
But maybe they know their audience.
Well,
right? Maybe they understand that delegates are not really thinking of the people they are supposed to represent.
Maybe.
They are not, and that this is their cocoa season.
Yeah,
of course. So maybe they understand that that's the job. They have to convince the delegate himself or herself.
Yeah.
Not the larger grouping they are supposed to represent.
So the Daily Guide says that I won't throw mud at opponents, says Dr. Bawumia, the vice president. Right. Now one gets 500 million CD bill. 3 Ghanaians arrested over Russian Wagner activities.
Hey.
Yes.
Okay.
Why OSP sees Cecilia Dapere's assets again is also in paper. And then, very interesting story on the front page as well. Adwoa Safu cools down Kwabenya constitution with fine yogurt.
Yeah.
I saw the videos. Very interesting. All right, well, the online review is brought to you now by Zenith Bank in your best interest and Goyle Good Energy. Now, look, I always get excited when people are celebrating something and they include me. And that's what Zenith Bank has done. They are celebrating 18 years of financial excellence. Now, on their 18th anniversary here in Ghana, they want to extend their deepest appreciation to you and to me, I've added myself, for journeying with them every step of the way since their commencement of operations in September 2005. It's been 18 great years of unflinching support from you and from me, because I have an account with them, yes, and loyalty as well. Never changed. Thank you for believing in Zenith Bank. Together, we've created a legacy of financial excellence, haven't we? Haven't we, Raymond?
Yes, of course.
Yes. So from everybody at Zenith Bank Ghana, they say happy 18th anniversary to us all. Thank you, Zenith Bank. Zenith Bank in your best interest. It's in my best interest to get some anniversary cake, isn't it? All right, well, on myjoyonline.com this morning, top story is limited voters registration. Those in hard-to-reach areas can wait for next year. Dr. Sribo Kweku is the one who makes that point. Also on myjoyonline.com, Adwoa Safu should be sacked from the party. Nano Bribuahin is the one making that claim. Gender pay gap almost non-existent in Ghana's formal public-private sector. Alex Frimpong makes that claim. And on citynewsroom.com, Bank of Ghana advised me to streamline men's gold operations. Namwan says so. Yeah. The case will be interesting, won't it? All right, let's go for the BBC. On CNN this morning, turbulence in China's top ranks raises questions about Xi Jinping's rule. That's the first time I've heard anything, in
China especially.
Making Xi Jinping's rule questionable. First time. Okay, let's go for the BBC News, brought to you by Fidelity Bank. Believe with us.
For decades, we have helped businesses connect with their trade partners all over the globe. From Ghana to Burkina Faso, Côte d'Ivoire, Benin, Togo, Senegal, China, Morocco, France, Netherlands, and many other countries. We have made it possible to bring Ghana to the world. We have brought small and medium businesses closer to their customers across the regions in Ghana with our SME support facilities. We have brought relief and smiles to the faces of families with our employee personal loans. With our cutting-edge technology and digital support, we take the burden of complex thinking off you, making life simple. That is who we are, as close as a partner. Bank of Africa. We are indeed the African bank with the global reach.
The search for a distinctive university to attend is now over. I introduce you to Heritage Christian College, located at Amasaman behind the Olympic Stadium, affiliated to KNUST and UCC, and accredited by the Ghana Tertiary Education Commission.
The university offers Bachelor of Business Administration programs with options in accounting with computing, marketing, accounting, human resource management, business information technology management, entrepreneurship and technology innovation, Bachelor of Science courses in information technology and information security, nursing, and a Bachelor of Theology. We offer student entrepreneurship training with financial support.
The entry qualifications include WASSCE, SSCE, GBCE, HND, and diploma in relevant fields. Mature entrants can also come if they are 25 years and above.
We also offer 12-month Master of Science programs in accounting and taxation, accounting and finance, and human resource management.
Contact us on 0547 777 731.
Heritage Christian College, a university educating compassionate entrepreneurial leaders.
Are you a corporate organization, e-commerce business, individual or student looking for a trusted courier company where you can track your package and receive SMS alerts to keep you posted? At IAS FedEx, we move your documents and parcels with care to the destination of your choice. With offices across the nation, we happily deliver your package to your office or the comfort of your home. With the assurance of safety and affordability giving you peace of mind, IAS FedEx has your package in good hands. Call us on +233 501 605,000 or +233 501 631,000. IAS, licensee of FedEx.
The other day, as I was in my kitchen preparing my special jollof made with lily rice for my family, I heard a knock at the door. It was my mechanic. Instead of calling me to pick my car, he brought it himself. I said, "Cho," he said, "F-O." I said, "Take the car back. I will come and pick it myself." As I turned off the fire from under the lily jollof, there was another knock at the door. It was my neighbor. I said, neighbor. He said, "F-O, my dog has jumped your wall again, oh." I said, "Don't be silly. You don't have a dog." My wife and kids came home, and we saw that he enjoyed. Cho, it was my pastor. He said, "Bless you." I said, "Bless you too." He said, "Did he come to church on Saturday?" I said, "Acho, but why are you coming to tell me this on Wednesday?"
Having to fend off visitors at mealtimes because of Lele's tasty aromatic rice? Celebrate every mealtime by sharing with friends and family near or far. Lele, tasty food, happy family. This advert is FDA approved.
There's never been a better time to own a home. Republic Bank slashes interest rates on all its CD mortgage products. Yes, switch and sign on to any of our CD mortgages. Enjoy ultra low interest rates and pay less to live in your dream home. Coolé! Call 054 0109 649, 054 0109 901 or Email myhome@republicghana.com. Offer is valid until 31st January 2024. Terms and conditions apply. Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
And how they're using their resources to try and stop people leaving Libya in small boats.
Next, it's Hard Talk. This is the BBC World Service, the world's radio station.
Coming up after the news from the BBC World Service, it's Hard Talk with me, Stephen Sacker. 3/4 of British people tell pollsters they are worried or very worried about climate change. And yet, the Green Party of England and Wales, the standard bearer for prioritising climate action and resetting the entire economy on a sustainable footing, scores just 6 or 7% in most polls. So why the disconnect? Well, my guest today has devoted her career to green politics. Caroline Lucas is the party's only Westminster MP, but she's decided to quit. Is that because putting the planet first is never going to be a pathway to power?
I think it's been incredibly important to have a green voice in Parliament, a green voice in every single debate, saying, where's the nature perspective on this? Why aren't you thinking about climate?
That's Caroline Lucas on Hard Talk after the news.
Hello, I'm Moira Alderson with the BBC News. The British Prime Minister Rishi Sunak has confirmed he'll give details this week of a shift in the government's green policies. On Tuesday, the BBC was told that Mr Sunak was considering watering down some of his environmental pledges. More from our chief political correspondent, Henry Zeffman.
One is on the sale of new petrol and diesel cars. Now, under rules introduced by Boris Johnson just a few years ago, the sale of new petrol and diesel cars would be outlawed from 2030. But now, it sounds like that's likely to change to 2035. Similarly, gas boilers were going to be phased out from 2035. Sounds like that timescale is going to slip a little bit. There's also other things about Rishi Sunak telling the British people that he won't put new taxes on flights, won't pursue measures to encourage people to change their diets and eat less meat.
Mr Sunak insists his government is committed to reaching net zero carbon emissions by 2050. Azerbaijan and its military offensive in Nagorno-Karabakh is continuing for a second day. It says it will not stop until ethnic Armenian separatists surrender. Reyhan Dimitri is following events.
There are reports of more injured and more casualties. We heard from the human rights defender of Nagorno-Karabakh reporting on X, formerly known as Twitter, that thousands of people were driven out of their homes in over 16 villages and communities. We're also hearing from sources inside Nagorno-Karabakh that an ambulance that was driving casualties to the regional capital of Stepanakert came under Azerbaijani fire and the driver was injured. Azerbaijan denies firing on ambulance and it says that it's striking only military targets.
Palestinian health officials say the number of people killed in a late-night raid by Israeli forces in the occupied West Bank city of Jenin has reached 4. The Israeli military, who said they'd been carrying out counter-terrorism activities. Yolande Nell reports from Jerusalem.
The Israeli military said that its forces carried out a rare drone strike and exchanged fire with local gunmen. The bloodshed in Jenin was the latest in an upsurge in violence in the West Bank, where the Israeli military says it's been carrying out counter-terrorism activities over the past year and a half. This morning saw a deadly Israeli army raid in Jericho, and tensions now seem to be spreading to Gaza, where a Palestinian was killed by Israeli forces for the first time during several days of violent protests by the separation fence.
Firefighters in the Australian state of New South Wales are trying to contain nearly 70 separate bushfires. There have been extreme danger warnings in the area around Sydney. Record temperatures for the month of September have been registered in many parts of the region. World News from the BBC. Lawyers for 32 of Ukraine's allies are due to speak in support of Kyiv later in a legal case against Russia. The International Court of Justice in The Hague is considering whether it has jurisdiction. Ukraine says Russia wrongly invoked the UN Genocide Convention to justify its invasion last year. Moscow had claimed it acted to prevent the killing of pro-Russian people in eastern Ukraine. Anna Holligan reports.
In an unprecedented show of international support, 32 of Ukraine's allies, including the UK, Canada, Australia and every European Union member state except Hungary, will make statements in support of Kyiv's legal position. On Tuesday, Ukraine's representative told the court the Genocide Convention is designed to protect, but Russia invokes the Genocide Convention to destroy. He called on the ICJ to eventually rule that Russia must pay reparations for invading under a false pretext.
The Venezuelan pressure group Foro Penal says nearly 16,000 people have been arrested for political reasons since President Nicolas Maduro came into power a decade ago. It says Venezuela currently has 281 political prisoners. More than half of them are in police custody awaiting trial. Mr. Maduro says all of those detained by the security forces were involved in terrorism and plots to undermine his government. Scientists in Sweden who've examined skin and muscle from the desiccated museum specimen of a Tasmanian tiger say they've managed to recover fundamental cell molecules. It's the first time an extinct animal has yielded molecules known as RNA. They carry genetic information received from DNA, the animal's genetic code. The findings have implications for international efforts to resurrect extinct species. King Charles and Queen Camilla are due to begin a 3-day state visit to France today. The trip was postponed in March because of protests in France against planned pension reforms. BBC News.
You've started your small business and have all these big dreams, but then reality strikes and there are so many things to do at once. What you need is the Ejapa account from Fidelity Bank. The Ejapa account gives your business a boost. It comes with a range of payment and cash collection options such as GHQR, mobile money collection, and mobile teller cash collection. You will also enjoy prompt FX supply, competitive interest rate on loans, and free annual insurance cover of up to 48,000 Ghana cedis for your business, plus a waiver on service fees. It's time to do good business with Fidelity Bank.
Dial *776*0# or visit www.fidelitybank.com.gh to sign up for a Fidelity Ejapa account today, because together we are more. Terms and conditions apply.
Fidelity Bank, believe with us.
No matter your water needs, Sintex has it all. Sintex tank was first to introduce double layer tank, and now you can have as many layers as you want. Sintex tank was first to introduce white inner layer tanks in Ghana, and now introduces the customer specs order, which will let you order any color and size you want. Sintex tanks gives you the biggest warranty of 7 years, which no other tank gives you. So whatever your water consumption, size of project or demand, choose Sintex tank. Sintex tank, stress-free. Sintex tank, reliable. Sintex tank, maximum guarantee. Call 0244 335 168, Kumasi 0505 555 666, or visit sintexgh.com. Sintex tank, strong, tough.
Guess what? Orca Decor is still celebrating our 20th anniversary. Get 50% off top quality furniture, accessories, decor, and more. Hurry, oh, hurry. The items are flying off the shelves. Visit Orca on Spintex Road and the newly opened Accra Mall branch today.
He's up bright and early, serving your premium morning radio show. The Morning Man. It's the Morning Man, Kojo Jackson.
Coffee in your cup. Enjoy on the set.
Selassie every time. You see, this is what happens when you tell DJ Wubetis that you give him one instruction. Puon wusu.
As to play reggae music.
Smoke them out. You know, traffic is a very smoky place to be, you know, exhaust fumes all over the place.
Yes.
Sometimes you need the music to go with it. And DJ Wubeti knows exactly what you need. This is Joy 99.7 FM and it's the Super Morning Show.
Around Babylonian wall.
Now look, Ray, I think it's agreed that if you want to determine the health of a nation, two things are helpful. Number one is the infant mortality rate. So basically, if you are born in that country, what are your chances of surviving the first year of life? And then, of course, your life expectancy is important. Once you survive that first year of life, how many years of life are you likely to live before you die? Infant mortality in Ghana.
And we have been talking about the quality of that kind of life you live till you die anyway. But we are not even going there now.
No, we are not even.
Yes.
We're
Basic
just talking
survival.
about living and dying.
Yes.
What are your chances? Right? And Kwame Sapwasidu uses this to paint a very clear picture of whether or not, as Ghanaians, we are gaining the health dividends that we are owed as a democracy in this Fourth Republic. Let's listen to a little bit of what he had to say about it.
Maternal mortality ratio is the number of women who die during pregnancy and childbirth per 100,000 live births. It's an indicator of a health system's capacity to protect and preserve the lives of mothers during childbirth. For a democracy to deliver a health dividend, this right of women should be a priority. Under this Fourth Republic, our health system has not delivered as much as it could based on the inputs successive governments have made in health. Under this democracy, our health system comparatively seems not to improve the longevity of our population as a whole, can't protect women adequately during childbirth, and is failing the most vulnerable, the very young.
So the illustrations are all around us, all right? Mothers who are having to travel 40 kilometers to give birth in a hospital, who are being carried across the rivers, who are being ferried on motorbikes just to go and deliver. Right? The evidence is all there.
In the 21st century.
In the 21st
You might think
century.
that this is the 14th century if you just joined us in this century. But in the 21st century.
Then look at what happens while you are alive. You are trying to access healthcare.
Yes.
No beds, no oxygen, no ambulance. I mean, nothing. No dialysis. So all the things that might happen to you in your older age, all of these lifestyle conditions you might pick up, we are not equipped to manage them on the scale that we are suffering them.
You know, I told you some time ago that there was a conversation in the United Kingdom just before COVID.
Yeah.
And their conversation was that they are becoming a backward society because people do not have, government's not providing dialysis machine for people in their homes.
Hey, Razi.
Unlike the way Norway and other countries are actually evolving strongly into. So this is me monitoring the conversation. When just a year before, somebody sat on this particular show and told everybody that there is a machine 4 or 3 at Kolebu.
Yeah.
And that people have to pay as much as 300 or 200 cedi for 3 times to do that. They have to queue. And sometimes people cannot pay, so they do 1 or 2 so they can survive on it. Listening to a society saying that no, we can't subject our elderly people to go join and book to go and do the dialysis. They actually should have the machine at home so that it will be part of their lives, because at some point we need to show them that we care for them. That is the level that ideally we would have expected to go. That is the standard that, you see, and let's not get it wrong. If you're providing that kind of care, and we know that these Scandinavian countries, their taxation system is very huge. They take a lot from people. But people don't complain because they get what is worth it. But if you pay tax in the country, you know, let me tell my story. There was a time I abandoned National Health Insurance Scheme completely. Was when we call it Akawe. If you live in McCarthy Hill, is the municipal hospital there.
Yeah.
I went there late at night. Then they gave me some drug list very late. The gentleman told me at the pharmacy, it's only paracetamol you can give me using the card. If I wanted more than just that, I really had to pay for the rest. Not very sophisticated drugs. So late in the night, I had to go to work the next morning. So I said, okay, well, I'll go and look for a pharmacy. At that time, late in the night, of course, I could still work, but I feel dizzy and all of that.
Yeah.
So we had to travel looking all the way around Accra, McCarthy, looking for what they call it, a pharmacy to buy.
Yeah.
That day, I promised myself that if I were actually dying at that moment, it would have been a useless, what they call it, card to hold.
Yeah.
So me on that scheme. So I don't know where the card vanished to, but you think about it deeply. Not me. I can afford that I will not be on NHIS.
But most people can't.
Yes. I mean, and it was my experience at the time that really made me feel bad about how we pretend to do things, but in reality, the delivery of it is not the way it's supposed to be.
Ray, let me tell you something. Let me give you an illustration. My family is an illustration of the problem with our healthcare system. So I have diabetes, right? So does my mother.
Okay.
So do her two brothers. Okay, so we are the 4 people in the family with diabetes that we know of. Now, my mother's older brother died of diabetes. Well, he got kidney failure, which was a complication of his diabetes. First of all, it was because he was living in the village. There was nobody there to advise him on what foods he cannot eat. So he was eating his usual banchin and, all the starch and carbohydrates, which eventually caused his kidney to fail. So they rushed him to Kolibu, at which place he was told that he has to wait for his turn on the dialysis machine.
Yeah.
While he was waiting, other people came along after him, and God knows what reason they were allowed to use the dialysis machine. He died while waiting.
Wow, look.
Okay. Now, I got diabetes while I was in the UK. The National Health Service treated me as an emergency. First of all, saved my life because I was in a coma.
Yeah.
Brought me back to life. Revived me. My kidneys had failed. I was on dialysis for 2.5 months. No charge. After I came home, there was a nutritionist, a dietitian, a podiatrist, a foot expert. All of these experts were assigned to me to keep me alive. They had expertise. They opened my cupboard, looked at the food I was eating, asked me about Ghanaian cuisine, went to do research, came to tell me what is good for me, what is not good for me, what quantities I can eat. Meanwhile, when my mother got diagnosed with diabetes about 20-something years ago in Ghana, a Ghanaian doctor told her that, Sisia enye siche yarbo, inti say bezizina ezezbanna kawano no yeda means. Translation: you are now diabetic. So if you taste the food and it tastes sweet, don't eat it. Or it tastes nice, don't eat it. That's the extent of the doctor's knowledge of diabetes.
I mean, so it's
so why would our life expectancy not be 64.9 years, while in the UK it's 81 years?
There's an old man. He had been in my family for a very long time. Whenever they had told him to relocate to Ghana from the UK, he said, no, Ghana, they didn't trust the health system.
It's a lie.
That's the only reason why he would not relocate.
Now, Wanka.
Eventually, he died, and they had to bring him here and come and bury him.
Ray,
but he insisted that it was the reason why he would never change.
That was my reason for staying away for so long. I can tell you right now. Anyway, Kwame Sapwansedu will join us, and we'll break this all down. The health of this country, this Ghana that we are in. What is wrong with us?
Wake up to joy, 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 sunshine and joy in the morning time. Yeah. Wake up to the super morning show. Yeah, wake up to joy, joy in the morning. Yeah, if you're turning on your radio, go for some joy in the morning.
All right, listen, Fun Yogo is back. Yes, it's good for you. Ghana's #1 tasty and refreshing cool treat. The best way to apologize in some constituencies is back, all right? And of course, they've got all the texture and taste has been restored, so it brings you the ever refreshing experience of Fun Yogo, so that you can reminisce about your blast from the past. So whether it's the classic strawberry or the exciting new mango passion, Fun Yogo is here to refresh and quench you on the go. So wherever you are, whatever you're doing, just grab a Fun Yogo now to relive your best moments of the good old days. #Fun Yogo is back. Fun Yogo, so cool, So good.
Because your times are hard.
Papa.
But a poorly maintained car engine can actually age faster and cause you a lot of trouble. This is why we offer specially formulated quartz engine oil with age resistance technology. It's a breakthrough innovation that ensures optimal performance for your engine and improves protection against mechanical wear, and also up to 74% of what's supposed to be the strength of that particular engine. Even under extreme temperatures and pressure, choosing quartz from Total Energies is choosing the engine oil that keeps your engine running efficiently and effectively. Quartz, keep your engine younger for longer.
Charlie, affordable housing deal. The Sukasa O'Granson Communities Affordable Luxury Housing Project is, they've got estates in East Legon Hills and Ayi Mensa sites where you can buy a 3-bedroom unit with an outhouse from $97,500 upwards, or the prevalent city equivalent. You can also get a 4-bedroom unit from $195,000 and upwards, or the prevalent city equivalent. Go to their office. It's in Lagos Avenue, East Legon. Call them on 0302-960-865 or send a WhatsApp to 055-369-7886 for your enquiries, or email info@sukasa.com.gh. They're also on social media as SukasaGH. Sukasa, building on trust.
Now, see, there's a missing link in most of our education system, right? But there's an institution that's going to bridge that gap. That's actually doing that as we speak. And that's Heritage Christian College. It's actually set up to provide that missing link in tertiary education. It's affiliated to KNUST and it's accredited by GTech. They offer the following degree programs: BBA programs with options in accounting and also with computing, accounting alone, marketing, human resource management, and business infotech management. BSc nursing is also being taught in the school, and BSc information technology. There's also BSc information security and BA theology. They are offering 12-month specialized master's degree programs in MSc Accounting and Taxation, MSc Accounting and Finance, and also MSc Human Resource Management. And they also do all the professional courses you know about: ICA, CIMG, CIHRM, and ICM UK. The media short courses, you should know these ones anyway. What makes them unique is that they provide entrepreneurship training with financial support. So you don't just learn, you know how to set up your own business too. One student, one laptop, what some people could not do. Terms and conditions apply anyway. And affordable and flexible fee structure. Scholarships are also available. The entry requirements are WASSCE, ABCE, GBCE, HND diploma, mature 25 years. Also, you should know that when you dial *789 *300 hash for online serial number, and visit also hcuc.edu.gh to apply. And of course, this school is at Amasaman behind the Olympic Stadium. And yes, contact 020-229-8399, 0547-7777-731. The website again is hcuc.edu.gh. Heritage Christian College, investor training, compassionate entrepreneurial leaders. You know, people can not look for jobs, create jobs.
In Jesus' name.
Yes.
All right, listen, it's not too late to get in on the Yatisu loans promotion from Societe Generale Ghana, okay? They've extended the promotion to the 29th of September 2023. They are calling it Yatisu Loans Promo Reloaded, all right? So whatever you want to do, pay bills or, you know, pay school fees, refurbish your home, or start building your dream house, this is your golden ticket, all right? So jump on it. Discounted interest rates are available to you, so go to any of their 42 networked outlets or just call 0302-214-314. Let them sprinkle some financial magic into your life. Remember, terms and conditions apply. Societe Generale Ghana, the future is you.
Now, are you looking for a freight forwarding company to handle both your inbound and outbound shipments?
Yes.
Yes. If yes, look no further. IAS FedEx offers a wide variety of international freight forwarding services, which include air freight, sea freight, be it less container load, LCL, or full container load FCL. Also, you should know that customs clearance and documentation is also being done by IAS FedEx. Our international operations link more than 200 countries, supported by extensive domestic networks in all key markets, and offer a range of fast and direct freight services to suit your needs. They have dedicated staff who have in-depth knowledge in their local customs clearance processes and procedures. IAS FedEx pre-finances freight pickups up to an agreed threshold for all of their clients, and the terms and conditions apply. You should know that too. Please contact us now for free consultation on international freight services and customs clearance on these numbers: 050 160 5000, 050 160 1000. So any of these two numbers with IAS Ghana, your freight is firmly secured.
Yeah. All right, so listen, the Kingdom Books and Stationery Limited back to school promotion continues until the 31st of October. Okay, so 10 to 15% discounts on all school items like textbooks, pens, pencils, erasers, exercise books, and so much more in every branch: Accra, Tema, Kumasi, Takoradi, Winneba, or Cape Coast. So call 0302 764 101 if you want more information, or just email info@kingdomgh.com. Kingdom Books, where quality and affordability are both assured. Terms and conditions about there
apply.
Thank you.
Now, are you one of those people who pile up rubbish in heaps in front of your beautiful house, Kojo?
No.
Change your style. Don't be like that. Or you're one of those who wait for the rains and then dump your refuse in the gutter.
I've seen some.
Now we're advising you, change your style. Don't be like that. Zoom Lion has gone digital and introduced a whole new baller style. Just dial *857# on your phone to request for a bin or make payment for your services with no hassle. Enjoy amazing discounts when you pay with *857# across all networks, or call 0501 518 410, or DM us on all social media platforms to find out more. Change your baller style today. Zoom Lion, the waste management experts.
The waste management experts. All right, listen, let's wrap with these two messages. Toyota Ghana has unveiled their irresistible offers on their dynamic Starlet, the robust Hilux, and the powerful Fortuner diesel. All right, so when you buy any of these, you get an entire year of complimentary servicing, and this golden opportunity won't be around forever. So listen, go now to Accra, Tema, Kumasi, Tamale, Takwa, or Takrady to their showrooms, or call them on 0302 910 204. You can buy on credit through special arrangements with their franchise partners. Listen, get in on the good stuff while you can. Toyota, superior quality.
Now, the Institute of Chartered Accountants Ghana, ICAG, is organizing a 60th anniversary presidential luncheon, and it's actually themed "Our Planet, Our Health, Our Wellbeing," and this is happening at the Kempinski Hotel, Gold Coast City, Accra, and its time is new, actually, on the 28th of September 2023. So you target the last Thursday of the month, and surely will know the day I'm talking about. Now, guest of honor is Mr. Michael Mensah, Deputy CEO, Development Bank Ghana. You should also join the guest speaker, Dr. Felix Anya, who is the executive chairman of Holy Trinity Medical Center. Have you been to Holy Trinity, the Sugako place?
I haven't been there, but I've heard good things.
It is a wonderful, it's a health spa, health farm.
Wow.
All the things that people should lead their lives for. Anyway, but of course, let me stay focused. Now, ICAGGhana.org to register now at the rate of 1,200 cedis. You can also call 0243 551788 or 020-8920373 for tickets reservation and sponsorship. ICAG Presidential Luncheon is not just lunch, Kojo, but a great platform for business networking and nurturing great partnerships. Don't miss it. It's sponsored by PwC, Deloitte, KPMG, EY, and BOG, GCB, Cocoa Board, and also Obsidian Acherna, Vivo Energy, ACCA, SIC, Priority Insurance, MTN, VRA, Nafas RN Ventures, Casa Preco, Enterprise Group, Total Family Health Organization, and the media partners, Kojo, are the Multimedia Group and Graphic News Plus.
Yeah, solid things. All right, well, I guess it's time for the nutrition line from Nestle, and you know what they do best? They offer good food for a good life.
Here you go, dear.
Mom, you didn't add milk.
No need to. Taste and see why.
Wow, but how?
Is it milky?
Very.
Is it creamy?
Yes.
That's Milo all-in-one for you. It's so milky, I don't need to add more milk.
I love it, Mommy.
Give your kids all-in-one. It's truly milky and rich in calcium. Milo, energy to go further. This advert is FDA approved.
This is Nestle Nutrition Line. Nestle Nutrition Line is a public service program from Nestle Ghana Limited. Nestle Nutrition Line offers tips on good food for a good life. Now to your presenter.
Hello. Good morning. Welcome to the sweetest corner of the day. I hope you're well. I hope you're looking forward to great things this month. I'm Jackie Ankra, also known as Na Ajelisoa. Today on Nestle Nutrition Line, we're continuing our discussion on what the eyes say about your health. If you have sudden blurry vision and your ability to see decreases even for a short time, it may be an indication that there's a problem with blood flow to your eye or your brain and could be a warning of a stroke or migraine headache. You should seek immediate medical attention to get it checked out even if your vision improves. Another sign is bulging eyes. If you or someone else notices that your eyes are bulging more than usual, it could be a sign of an immune system disorder called Graves' disease, where there's an overproduction of thyroid hormones. The bulging eyes could lead to double vision, and you should see a doctor. During an eye examination, a doctor can detect diabetes. This is because diabetes affects the blood vessels, and during an eye exam, the eye doctor can detect abnormalities that are indicators of diabetes and refer you if you're not already diagnosed. This is all that time will allow for today. I'd like to thank you for tuning in. Do remember, please, to get an eye examination sometime soon, especially if you haven't done so before or in a long while. Do call us, please, and let's have some more conversations about living a healthier, longer, happier life. It's all about wellness. 0302 517 020 or 0302 211 880. Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Toll free 0800 12 0001. Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to midnight. Weekends and holidays, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. To WhatsApp, SMS or call, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The following numbers: 0593 84 5697, 0593 84 5649, 0593 84 5708. You can also email consumerservices@gh.nestle.com. Enjoy this beautiful day and don't forget to do something incredibly remarkable with your life. Go out and shine. Bye.
Here you go, dear.
Mom, you didn't add milk.
No need to. Taste and see why.
Wow, but how?
Is it milky?
Very.
Is it creamy?
Yes.
That's Milo all-in-one for you. It's so milky, I don't need to add more milk.
I love it, Mommy.
Give your kids all-in-one. It's truly milky and rich in calcium. Milo, energy to go further. This advert is FDA approved.
Doing gets you learning. Learning starts you wondering. Wondering triggers thinking. Thinking becomes planning. Planning evolves to trying. After trying, you're succeeding, winning, owning. Now, doing that starts with outdoing your limits. Outdo them all with MTN. So, what are we doing today?
Have you ever thought of the one that makes you complete? An escape from the clutches of interest charges. With the Standard Chartered Visa debit and credit cards, payments are completed at the speed of light, intertwined with interest earning accounts. You also get unbelievable rewards every time you swipe. You have access to over 1,200 airport lounges worldwide. High credit limits of up to 100,000 Ghana cedis and up to 50 days interest-free with our credit cards. You also get to enjoy full multi-trip travel insurance for 90 days. Fees discounted at your feet with our globally partnered merchant points. Bills are always settled, not battled. Get the Standard Chartered debit and credit card now. Call toll-free on 0800 740 100 or 0302 740 100 or reach us via email on feedback.ghana@sc.com. Standard Chartered, here for good.
1xBet jackpot is here with weekly massive prizes up for grabs. All you have to do is place your bets on any sports game and stand a chance to win. Simply register at 1xbet.com.gh. Use promo code JackpotGhana and place your bets. 1xBet is your key to great victories. Feel like a winner. 1xBet. Gambling can be addictive. Bet responsibly. Not for person under 18 years. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the Gaming Commission.
Oh yes.
Yeah. It's a birthday messages on the Super Morning Show are brought to you by MTN. Everywhere you go. Bank of Africa, the African bank with global reach. Bank of Africa, as strong as a group, as close as a partner. And Franco Trading Enterprise. Still phone.
That's right.
All right then. So happy birthday, first of all, to Miss Benita Danswadakun of Ghana School of Law, Makola campus. And this is a special wish for you. Oh, so many people have sent birthday wish through for that.
So should I go?
Lady. Yes, go on.
Yes, happy birthday. Very special one. This one says, to my gentle soul, Ian Nilai Korte of Startright Christian College. God bless you with more healthy years. May your day be as wonderful as you are. This is from Professor Peter Korte, Mrs. Alice Korte, and your siblings. So this is going to the pension baby. Wonderful pension baby.
The Kortes.
Yes.
All right. Now, it happens to be Ernest Kojomenu's birthday today.
Oh, yeah.
Happy birthday to you, Kojomenu. Have a wonderful day indeed. All right, so I guess the Joy Sports Center is brought to you by MTN. Everywhere you go. Standard Chartered Bank.
Here for good.
Allianz Life Insurance.
We secure your future.
1xBet, your reliable bookmaker. And DSTV, it's your moment.
So, my friend, imagine sitting in the stands at Anfield and cheering on Liverpool FC and joining several fans jump and scream at Mo Salah's stunning goal. Yes, this dream could come through for you because Standard Chartered wants to take you and your partner to Anfield to watch Liverpool FC play live, and it's just so simple to be eligible. Listen up, there's an equal chance for clients and non-clients. For non-clients, download the SC mobile app, open an account, start transacting. But for existing clients, just continue your transaction more and participate in this campaign. Remember, the more you transact, the more presents you gain in the basket for that final draw that selects the ultimate winner. This is your chance to experience Anfield with your partner. There are other consolation prizes. Open that account and transact now to watch Liverpool FC play live at Anfield. And this promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. I want to state
You know why I'm so excited.
Yeah.
You are reading the thing. You are so excited. You've never been to Anfield before.
I'm imagining it.
Yeah. At Anfield.
Oh yes. I could Photoshop.
Keep transacting.
Oh yes. Or the alternative, I don't get to go. I'll Photoshop myself into the space. It will work perfectly.
Please. I have not said anything.
Please.
Terms and conditions apply.
A stray bullet. All right, now imagine getting rewarded for doing something you already do every day. Well, that's what Momo season is all about. There's something for everyone. So download the Momo app on the Play Store or App Store and use Momo Pay for your day-to-day transactions to a merchant either through the QR code or the merchant ID. And you stand a chance of winning 1,000 Ghana cedis every week and other amazing prizes. Okay, the merchants can also receive payments and win. Keep using your Momo Pay on the Momo app and get rewarded. There are lots and lots of exciting prizes for everyone. So what are you doing today? Transact more with Momo Pay. Earn more points and win big this Momo season. Go to momomerchantapplication.mtn.com.gh for more information and of course for your Momo to business account today. It's Momo season, so just Momo it with Momo Pay. Terms and conditions apply.
Now, to win every week, Kojo, football players need to train for many years. One expert players can get on the road to success much faster. Take part in the Jackpot of the Week promo. Go to the promotion page on the site or in the bookmaker's application and get a chance to win. No one guarantees that you become a millionaire quickly. However, success favors only brave ones. Risk and win. Register on 1xBet and get a welcome bonus of up to 2,650 Ghana cedis with promo code GHJackpot.
That's right, GH Jackpot. Thank you very much. Good morning, Raymond. Good morning, all of you. Welcome aboard to the Joy Sports Center with me, Fentio Tahiro Fentio. Coming up over the next 10 minutes.
Good ball in. Alvarez arrives, and Manchester City have done it again at the start of the second half. Rafinha sent it over, and at the far post, it's headed home by João Felix. His second goal of the night. Barcelona's fifth. Trying to make a shooting opportunity better, and it may yet pay off. Hakimi waltzing his way through, and it's a familiar face that has undone Borussia Dortmund, and in quite some style too.
That's right, Kylian Mbappe scoring for Paris Saint-Germain. Man City coming from behind to claim a win. Barcelona scoring 5 and an exciting draw in Italy. A Celtic second half implosion. The UEFA Champions League returned last night and it did not disappoint. We have a review ahead here on the show. But first, the upcoming Ghana Football Association elections is facing threats of suspension after disqualified presidential candidate George Afriyie indicated his intention to seek redress at the Swiss-based Court of Arbitration for Sport. Afriyie was disqualified from contesting incumbent Keto Kreku after he was deemed to have provided unqualified signatories in his endorsement forms. He appealed the decision, of course, at the GFA Appeals Committee, but he was subsequently unsuccessful. Muftar Nabila Abdullahi of the Joy Sports Desk has more.
George Afriyie feels he was unfairly treated by the Elections Committee and the Appeals Committee of the Ghana Football Association when it denied him the opportunity to go through the work discussions that ensued between the committee and Jeffrey Asari, as well as Kuku Battles, the sole shareholder of Victory Warriors FC. The committee said its work, vetting, discussions, deliberations, and processes leading to the decision making of the Elections Committee are not shared with parties or the public. What is shared with parties, in some cases with the public, is a written decision containing the record of proceedings and decisions on the issues concerned. It went further to say that videos are made available only to the appellate body when there is any dispute of fact, not dispute of law, and if the appellate body so orders. Mr. Afriyie feels that a decision was taken against him without giving him an opportunity to go through the evidence available to defend himself. Before the committee arrived at the decision, he has directed his lawyers to file an appeal at the Court of Arbitration for Sport and also secure an injunction against the elections, which has been rescheduled to October 5, where Ket Okreku will be re-elected president of the Ghana Football Association.
That's right, Muftar Nabila Abdullahi with all the Jews on the George Afriyie and GFA saga. Now, let's hear from George Afriyie's lawyer, Richmond Numo Saka, who says the GFA did not give he and his client a fair hearing.
Our case before the committee, we told them that certain things were done by the elections committee. They alleged in their decision, and we want to also be privy to those things. For instance, they claim that there was video evidence of the sittings where members, or even the interview of George Jeffrey Asari and the other members of that member of the GFA who had supported And we said that, please, make it available to us. We also want to interrogate it. But if you are making a decision on the basis of some information against me, at least I should get the benefit of knowing why that decision is being made with that information. Then, just like the elections committee, the appeals committee decides that they will not give us that benefit, yet decide the matter on the basis of evidence that we have not seen. That is another critical matter in this whole.
That's Georgia Freer's lawyer, Richmond Nimbo Saka there. Meanwhile, the Ghana Football Association has already been forced to reschedule its elective congress in Tamale to October 5 from the initial date of September 27. It is not known what caused the change of date, but there's also an impending injunction application filed by Kim Faisal on the elections. That case was supposed to have been heard yesterday, September 19, but the judge reportedly fell ill, and so a new date will now be set. Later today, there are two Ghana Premier League games with Midiama and Dreams FC, who were not involved on the opening weekend because of their involvement in Africa, both starting their campaigns. Champions Midiama play Accra Lions in Takwa, while Dreams FC take on newly promoted Nations FC in Dawu. Both games will kick off at 3 p.m. Speaking of Dreams, they have rejected FC Kalon's request for a last-minute change of match venue for their CAF Confederation Cup second leg game there. Kalon have requested to play the match at the Southern Arena in Bow City, Sierra Leone in a fortnight, but Dreams say they will not accept the venue change. The first leg ended 2-1 in favour of Dreams FC, with the second leg set for September 30. Let's do women's football now. The senior women's national team, the Black Queens, they are in Rwanda to kickstart their qualifiers for the next year's Women's Africa Cup of Nations. The Queens take on Rwanda at 1 p.m. today in the first leg of the qualifying series. The team has been in Kigali for the last few days preparing for the game, and head coach Nora Haptel says they are ready.
We need to be smart in our decision who we bring on the pitch. It's a new regulation, so we are only allowed here to bring 18 players with 3 substitutes. So it's a bit the question who is fresh, who is in championship rhythm. So those criteria are quite important. We are pretty convinced that we're going to win the game with a good mood, as you saw behind me, and we have a good focus also. We know what our job is, and so we will have a successful game.
That's Nora Haptel, the Black Queens head coach. She's superintending over a very successful period in charge. They're unbeaten in their last 5 matches there. Let's move on. And players of the Ghana Under-23 team have contributed an amount of 13,000 Ghana cedis as donation to ailing goalkeeper William Mesu. The former Legon City's goalkeeper has been seriously ill, with his predicament becoming public following the death of ex-teammate Sylvester Saki. A letter from the goalkeeper to coach of the Black Meteors, Ibrahim Tanko, to help him retrieve his bonus also went viral. Following the news of his illness, the players reportedly came together to help their colleagues seek medical assistance by donating the money to him. Earlier, the Ghana Football Association's foundation also donated an amount of 10,000 Ghana cedis to the goalkeeper, with Nicholas Opoku Foundation also coming to the aid of the ex-Vision FC shot stopper. Esu was part of the Black Meteors team that played Algeria in the 2023 Africa Under-23 Cup of Nations qualifiers. Now, let's head to Europe.
Good ball in. Alvarez arrives, and Manchester City have done it again at the start of the second half. Rafinha sends it over, and at the far post, it's headed home by João Felix. His second goal of the night. Barcelona's fifth.
Trying to make a shooting opportunity better, and it may yet pay off. Hakimi waltzing his way through, and it's a familiar face that has undone Borussia Dortmund, and in quite some style too.
Yeah, Kylian Mbappe, yes, he scored for Paris Saint-Germain. Hakimi as well. Man City came from behind to claim a win. Barcelona, they scored 5. Lots happened in the Champions League last night. It was live on Hits 103.9 FM and Joy 99.7. Now, Ghana's Osman Bukhari, he scored the opening goal at the Etihad against defending champions Man City. But Pep Guardiola's men turned it around in the second half, inspired by 2 goals from Julian Alvarez, who drew praise from his boss after the game.
It was really good. All the action was really good. The assist from early was really good, and the movement so quick. And he's so young. It's what the thing we have done, the club have done. from Argentina. He has everything, fighting and goals and assists, and incredible, lovely guy. So the playing behind Erling is an incredible threat. Yeah, really pleased for him because he deserves it.
Newcastle, they secured an unlikely 0-0 draw against AC Milan at the San Siro in their first game back in the Champions League in 20 years. Here's their head coach, Eddie Howe.
Yeah, it was. I thought the crowd were very good for Milan tonight. I thought it was a hostile atmosphere for us. The players had to adjust to that, and that's why I don't think you can underestimate the performance and the point that we get. I think it will look better and better as time goes on because, as you say, new experiences for a lot of people, me included, tonight, and hopefully we can grow from this into the tournament. Again, I praise the players for their defensive qualities that we showed today. We know we can do better with the ball, but hopefully that will come.
Kylian Mbappe, he converted a penalty, and Achraf Hakimi scored a delightful goal to give PSG a 2-0 win over Borussia Dortmund. João Felix was the hero for Barcelona with his 2 goals as Xavi's side thumped Royal Antwerp 5-0. Lazio and Atletico Madrid shared the spoils 1-0 in Italy. Later today, the struggling Man United, they take on Bayern Munich at the Allianz Arena. The United boss is Erik ten Hag, and he says he trusts his team to come away with a good result.
They have very attractive players, very skillful. You can't be unfocused for 1 second, 1 split of second, because they so much individual class they have. But as you say, they leave you also sometimes spaces. But we are very respectful, and we know Bayern, especially in Champions League, home, especially group stage, they are very strong.
That's Erik ten Hag. Arsenal, they host PSV Eindhoven in their first game of the competition. The Gunners hold an unviable record of progressing from the group stages of every UCL campaign. Elsewhere, Real Madrid hosts Union Berlin. Sociedad take on last year's finalists Inter Milan. Benfica hosts Salzburg. Braga face Napoli. Sevilla take on Abdul Salih Sami's RC Lens from France as well. All of that, of course, will be here on Joy 99.7 FM and Hits 103.9. We have live commentary at 7 p.m. of the Man United and, of course, Bayern Munich game. My name is Fentio Tahiru Fentio. That's all the latest in the world of sports this morning on the Joy Sports Center. Back to you, Kojo.
Thank you, Atikam. And of course, the sports team returns tomorrow with even more. But catch them on every major bulletin throughout the day with sports updates. Right now, though, we would normally be bringing you the Joy Business Minute at this point, brought to you by Consolidated Bank Ghana, CBG, we stand with you, and Anointed Electricals, the generator experts. Sadly, we're going to have to do that another time, but we can tell you that Anointed Electrical Engineering Services Limited is into the sale of ultra silent generators from 5 kVA to 2500 kVA, and they undertake maintenance and repairs of all kinds of diesel generators. They also stock genuine spare parts of all kinds for various generators, and they also do generator rental. In East Legon, you can find them on Lagos Avenue or opposite Tom Reek Hotel in Tema, and on Tema General Hospital Road, Community 9, just after the overhead, and also at Odoko, where they have their head office. So, number 77 Anointed House off Odoko Malam Road, Accra, is where you want to go. They have branches across the country. Anointed, the generator expert. Contact them on their hotline, which is 0243 480 334. All right, more on the Super Morning Show after these.
Yeah. Don't you know Nana has assembled all of us and you are here making calls?
My generator is spoiled too. So I'm calling a renowned Ghanaian company with an excellent track record in the sales and repairs of generator sets in Accra to come and repair for me.
Is it Anointed Electricals?
Yeah.
Anointed Electricals deals in quality and genuine generators with high fuel efficiency. We also rent generators.
They sell quality generators from 10 kVA to 2500 kVA. They have spare parts of other generators and can repair every faulty generator generator set even if you didn't buy from them.
Look, now we don't have any electrical problem in Accra. How? Because Anointed Electricals is right here at East Legon, Lagos Avenue, opposite Tomric Hotel.
And that's why Nana is calling us. Okay.
Yes. If you want to buy a brand new generator or repair the old one, visit Anointed Electricals. Or if you are within Accra, call our hotline 0246 423 534
or call 0243 480 334. They have qualified and dedicated men on 24-hour after sales service. Then let's go and listen to Nana. Let's go.
Gosh, after giving you the hint, won't you give me anything?
Anointed, the generator experts.
A bank that supports you, a bank that cares for you. Hand in hand, we stand with you. So lift your head up, big dreams are waiting. We'll walk with you wherever you go. Where all your dreams come alive, CBG will make you smile. We will rise with you. Your business will flourish. Your name will stand out. Consolidated Bank, CBG. We stand with
you. Welcome back. It's the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. Now, let me remind you, today's conversation is about the health of Ghana's healthcare system. All right? Very important conversation we're having here. And I want to know what your experience is. All right. Whenever you have had to encounter Ghana's healthcare system, have they satisfied your needs or have they let you down? I want to know your unique and special experiences. All right. Use the hashtag JoySMS and send through your X posts and we'll spot them and share them with the world. Social media messages on the Super Morning Show are brought to you by EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank, the Ghana AIDS Commission, test to know your HIV status and take steps to protect your health, and GTP, Life Styled. All right, everyday people face different emergencies, police, fire, medical emergencies, but many Ghanaians don't know their emergency numbers. Well, here's one you want to remember. Star 770 hash. Yep, star 770 hash is the new EcoBank Money emergency number. Yeah, so with star 770 hash, you have the chance to get instant access to loans, fund transfers, utility payments, airtime and data purchases, among other things, even without data. So there's no need to panic when you find yourself in any money emergency. EcoBank will always come to your rescue. Dial star 770 hash now for solutions to your money emergencies. EcoBank is the Pan-African Bank.
Coffee in your cup and Joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
Maternal mortality ratio is the number of women who die during pregnancy and childbirth per 100,000 live births. It's an indicator of a health system's capacity to protect and preserve the lives of mothers during childbirth. For a democracy to deliver a health dividend, this right of women should be a priority. Under this Fourth Republic, our health system has not delivered as much as it could based on the inputs successive governments have made in health. Under this democracy, our health system comparatively seems not to improve the longevity of our population as a whole, can't protect women adequately during childbirth, and is failing the most vulnerable, the very young.
Joy 99.7 FM.
Yeah, so this is what we're talking about on Big Stories, all right? We're using the details of our infant and maternal mortality rate plus our life expectancy rate to figure out what is wrong with our healthcare system. So Kwame Sapon-Asedi will be joining us and we'll be drawing those lines directly, okay, from these numbers, these statistics to the problems of our healthcare system because it illustrates what is wrong with it. All right, if mothers have to travel 40 kilometers to get to a hospital to give birth, then you can expect maternal mortality rate to be poor. Or perhaps if as an elderly person, if you are given drugs, you can't even determine what is in the drugs you've been given. All right, and you have no way of knowing whether the drugs you are buying are real or fake, then of course it will affect our life expectancy rate. If you are sick, you go to the hospital and there's no ambulance, naturally it will mean that people die at an earlier age in this country than elsewhere. All right, so we'll be drawing those lines and trying to figure out what as a nation we need to be focusing on. What should be priority one if we are going to get out of this? What should be our priority of priorities if we're going to improve our infant and maternal mortality rate and, of course, our life expectancy? That's all on Big Stories, brought to you by Vodafone. Further together, Latex Foam, your partner for life, Belmonte by CPL Developers, the ultimate luxury experience, and Access Bank, your number one remittance bank. Access Bank, more than banking. All right, well, Vodafone Business is thrilled to announce that the highly anticipated V8 runway event is here again. This is an SME-focused forum designed to empower and equip businesses for growth. All right, the theme for this year's VB runway is Good to Great with Vodafone. Innovate, comply, and expand. Join Vodafone for insightful discussions on crucial SME topics like access to funding, taxation, and innovation. Their distinguished key speakers include Patricia Obunai, Dr. Ali Nachia, Andrew Aka, and Charlotte Amankwa. It's all on Friday, September 29, 2023 at Mervenpick Ambassador Hotel from 8 a.m. till 12 noon. To attend, please call 020-2000-436 or 020-2000-431. You can also send an email to sme@vodafone.com for registration. Vodafone, further together. Now, let me tell you about Belmonte, where luxury meets comfort. If you're in the market for a home that combines class, convenience, and comfort, then look no further than Belmonte. Belmonte is located in the prime East Legon area off Lagos Avenue. The Belmonte stylish apartment offers first-class luxury and cutting-edge finishing. Whether you're looking for an executive studio suite, a cozy one-bedroom apartment, a spacious two-bed, or a custom villa, Belmonte has you covered. But that's not all. Belmonte also offers a range of top-notch facilities to relax, keep you entertained. So why wait? Take the first step towards your dream home. Sign up for the 3-year payment plan and own your property today. Call 0204-343-011 or 0204-343-015. Belmonte is developed by CPL. Now, are you looking for a sofa? Maybe a 1-seater or 2-seater, 3-seater, or one of those L-shaped deals, crafted to the finest detail and available in various colors for your home, office, or hotel. Well, if you want comfort, durability, quality, and perfect finishing, then look no further than Latex Foam, your one-stop shop, whatever your choice or budget. Buy from the best, not the imitated. Buy Latex Foam. Latex Foam is your partner for life. All right, stay tuned. It's coming up. Big stories on the Super Morning Show. Kwame Sapon-Asiedu has a lot to say.
Maternal mortality ratio is the number of women who die during pregnancy and childbirth per 100,000 live births. It's an indicator of a health system's capacity to protect and preserve the lives of mothers during childbirth. For a democracy to deliver a health dividend, this right of women should be a priority. Under this Fourth Republic, our health system has not delivered as much as it could based on the inputs successive governments have made in health. Under this democracy, our health system comparatively seems not to improve the longevity of our population as a whole, can't protect women adequately during childbirth, and is failing the most vulnerable, the very young.
EcoBank Mobile, they make me say, oh yeah. EcoBank Mobile, they make me crazy. Download it and use it. It gon' make your life so easy, yeah. Oh yeah, download it. You go enjoy it. In my Bramin check. In my Bramin check. Come make a download them for you. Cause you can pay bills, you can buy credit, you can pay school fees, even chest tights with the Apple. EcoBank Apple.
with the EcoBank mobile app. You can pay your bills, transfer to and from mobile wallet, virtual card creation, transfer to other banks, express account opening, scan and pay, express cash, all at your fingertips with the EcoBank mobile app. You know, it's 5-star life with EcoBank. Kim promise.
Ajwa, the online page for the new business account was in shambles yesterday. We lost the page.
Tell me about it.
We started off very confident, and then the office broadband went down. When we set up the hotspot from the phone to reconnect, the data allocation also got finished.
You are joking.
I wish. The meeting room was hot. Kobe quickly tried calling them to give us some more time, but he had no airtime. Total chaos. They also gave us feedback that our website didn't have enough information. How can you run a business this way and hope to grow?
Oh dear.
Your business communication can be way better than this. Vodafone One Business is a complete communications package that gives you broadband with data transfer to mobile phones, mobile package with free calls among employees, landline with free calls and website design plus domain name registration. At Vodafone Business, we understand that strong connections within your business lead to success. Call 050-777-9000 or sign up by sending an email to sme@vodafone.com. Vodafone, further together.
Wouldn't you prefer an apartment hotel? One that offers the utmost convenience of a boutique hotel while offering the idyllic comfort of your own private home. Oasis Park Residences offers luxury studios, 1, 2 and 3 bedrooms both for short and long-term rental at competitive rates. Our sky swimming pool, gourmet outdoor restaurant and a fully equipped gym rest on a breathtaking rooftop with panoramic views of the city. Oasis Park Residences, located at Shiashi Tetekwashi, 10 minutes from the international airport, is the ideal place for all your accommodation needs. Why don't you give us a call on 020-4343-009 or visit our website at oasisparkresidences.com to make your reservations. Oasis Park Residences, more than a home.
Durability, finishing, quality. Choosing sofas and beds for your home, office or hotel couldn't be easier with an exclusive range of sofas and beds in various designs and colors from Latex Foam. There is so much choice whatever your budget. Latex Foam, your partner for life.
It's morning in Africa. It won't be bright for another hour or two, but the continent is already on the move. Trade is kicking up and spirits are high as the continent prepares to move yet another 1 million tons of goods to markets across the seas. It's the hour for making tea and coffee, of cotton bales, splitting wood, diamonds in metal boxes, and tall buildings going up. The train engines are revving up, factories are opening, and big undersea cables are pushing the continent alive. 4 time zones, 1 million opportunities, and vibrant young professionals 100 million strong. It's morning in Africa, and one bank is opening the door to endless opportunities. With seamless Pan-African payment and trade solutions and presence in Europe, Asia, and the Middle East, we are Africa's gateway to the world.
Access, more than banking.
Coffee in your cup. Enjoy on the set. The Super
in any urban area, you probably had an older relative, cousin, or somebody, tenant living in your boys' quarters, probably called Bra Eddie or Bra Sammy. This kind of reggae, that's where you learnt it from. By standing behind the boys' quarters window while Bra Sammy was playing it on his double cassette deck, in his room. Tell me I'm wrong. Raymond, why are you looking at me suspiciously like that? Yes. With amp on top.
Yeah, that one I verify.
Yeah. It's the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. And yes, DJ Ubeti decided to take us to the islands today with a bit of reggae. Yes, reminding us all of Bra Sammy or Eddie. All right, it's 8:26, and today's conversation is a crucial one. What is the state of Ghana's health as a nation? What is the state of our health? Well, there are ways of measuring it. Kwame Sapon Siedu's lecture has really brought certain things to the fore that make us wonder why. Why do we do things the way we do them? We'll break it all down today because he's here. Kwame, good to see you.
Thank you, Kojo.
Yes, more on this in just a moment. But first, let me say a big welcome to all of you, wherever you are tuned in from. If you're in Kumasi or the Asante region, thank you for choosing Love 99.5 FM. If you're in the Central region, thanks for tuning in to ATL FM on 100.5 megahertz. Thanks for joining our X Space conversation. And of course, thanks for watching us on Facebook Live and on our YouTube channel. This conversation matters to you, so stay exactly where you are. Now, before we get started, look, Mercedes-Benz owners and lovers have some great news coming your way from Silver Star Auto. The name behind Mercedes-Benz in Ghana for over 25 years is now giving you the chance to get your passenger or commercial vehicle, as long as it's Mercedes-Benz, to get a free inspection for it. And you also get 15% discounts on genuine spare parts. Go to any of their outlets in Accra on Graphic Road, in Tema, or in Kumasi. The promotion ends on the 30th of September 2023. Terms and conditions apply.
Now, we talk about water all the time. In fact, life without water is impossible. But what do you really know about the water you consume, Kojo? Yeah, you've not done 6 glasses today, right?
Not yet.
Nowhere close to that.
Not yet.
All right. But with Verna Purified Water, this is a suggestion I'm giving you. You're not only guaranteed the pleasure of satisfying your thirst, but you are assured of water that is purified using a series of filtration, reverse osmosis, UV sterilization, and ozonation to meet the standard quality your body needs. With over 100k bottles consumed every day, Verna Purified Water has gained acceptance as the #1 water brand in Ghana today. Now, with every bottle of Verna water you consume, you also directly contribute to impacting lives through the Verna Changing Lives initiative. From its orphanage project to drilling of boreholes, surgery payments, and payment of fees for brilliant but needy students, Verna Purified Water continue to support many beneficiaries each year to change your lives for the better. Share the love, get a bottle of Verna Purified Water, and enjoy the pure, refreshing taste. Verna Purified Water is recommended, more importantly, by the Ghana Medical Association. Verna Purified Water, changing people's lives. This advert is FDA approved.
So, Ray, Mama V will be going now. When are you also going?
I'm hoping that when God intervenes.
Waiting for an act of God to take you to Safari Valley Eco Park.
Yeah, so
we'll all pray for you, because look, everyone needs to experience this. It's a harmonious cohabitation of forest, water, humans, and wildlife. So you can enjoy zebra, sable antelope, llama, wallaby, fallow deer, Patagonian mara, and so many other species. You can get to feed some of them as well, which is really brilliant. Everyone can come and experience these majestic creatures from 250 Ghana cedis onwards. If you're a child of 6 years or younger, it's free. It's only an hour from Accra. For me, that's the most attractive thing about it. It's within reach, and they are open from 6 a.m. till 8 p.m. each day. Listen, check out Safari Valley Eco Park with your friends, with your family today for the thrill of a lifetime. If you want to know more, just go to safarivalleyresort.com, check out Safari Valley on Instagram, or call 059-691-4394.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, I have some delicious news for you. I mean, imagine a biscuit made from real cereal, packed with wholesome oats and also grains, containing less sugar too. This biscuit is not only a treat for your taste buds, but also a nutritious option for all ages. I'm talking about McBerry Breakfast Cereal. McBerry Breakfast Cereal biscuit can be enjoyed at any time of the day, particularly at breakfast, with any beverage of your choice. It's delicious, nutritious, and also affordable. It's made with whole grains, packed with fiber and also real cereal, again with less sugar. Worry no more. With McBerry Breakfast Cereal, your kids have the perfect snack they can take to school. Beware of imitation though. Remember, go for the original McBerry Breakfast Cereal biscuit and start your day with a smile. McBerry Breakfast Cereal. Goodness for your morning. This advert is FDA
approved.
Yes.
So, a wise man once said, don't just make money, make a difference. And at ABSA, they believe in helping you make a difference through their personal loans. With an ABSA personal loan, you can get up to 500,000 Ghana cedis, collateral free, to finance your personal projects. With a flexible payment plan of up to 7 years, fixed and competitive interest rates, the ABSA personal loan is just what you need to open the door to the life you deserve. So visit the nearest ABSA branch or call your personal banker to discover how to get things done. That's Africanacity, that's ABSA. Terms and conditions apply.
Now here's the good news. Franco Trading has now taken delivery of CCTV camera with screen display menu and easy configuration too. Chest freezers and refrigerators. We also have washing machine. They also stock all types of phones and accessories, smart TVs. So tomorrow being Robert's birthday, it's one of these that we have to choose. He says he wants a phone, so straight to Franco. We are going to.
He wants a phone and a laptop
and accessories.
yes. Highest paid DJ. He doesn't request small things.
Oh, he doesn't want smart TVs from 32 to 55 inches.
Phone.
How about air conditioner anyway? 1.5, 2.0, 2.5 horsepower. Enjoy up to 40% discount online. In all our shops too nationwide. Download the Franco Trading app on Play Store and visit francotrading.com. Don't pick our number on Google. You might have trouble doing that. I know how taking over. So don't pick our number on Google. Call us rather on 0246 422 338. 0246 422 338 and also 0555 939 311. Franco Trading Enterprise. Still
phone Papa Pep.
Fee.
That's right. It's 8:33, and Kwame Sapwasidu is here with us after he delivered his public lecture on the health dividends that we have or perhaps have not received in the Fourth Republic. So many things have now started to occupy our thoughts about why we do things a certain way. And Kwame, before we even get into those very crucial indices of maternal and child mortality as well as life expectancy, before we get into those, you pointed out the absurdity of public health administration in this country. How at any given time, only half of the public health expertise of this nation is available, because the other half is basically shut out because of winner takes all partisan politics. I mean, just for those who perhaps might be tuning into this idea for the first time, help us understand the effect of a nation shutting down half of its brain when it comes to managing healthcare.
Thanks, Kojo. It comes from the point of what we term groupthink. Normally, for any society to improve, whether it's healthcare, anywhere, you need divergent opinion at the table, because that brings rigor to the conversation. But what we see is, because of the way our politics is structured, both political parties have between 44 and 46% of the popular vote. You cannot shift it. The data clearly shows since about 2000. Whatever you do, they'll get about 44%. So what happens is that 10% in the middle, that are the key makers. They are the ones who either sway this way or that way to get people to win an election. But when they win the election, appointments are by loyalty and contribution to the political party, whether you have a party card and all that. And you must bear in mind that even that 45%, not all of them would have party cards. So in actual fact, the pool is smaller than the 45%, but I just wanted people to appreciate it. So what then happens is you are going to appoint from these people. And when it comes to working as a technocrat, it's competence that matters and not loyalty. So when you go and pick all these loyal people, there are people who think in a similar way. And therefore, that rigor that is required to bring out robustness in delivery is lost. But more importantly, the other 45% plus the 10%, the 10% just go and sit on the fence. They are the ones who say, oh, me, I'm working as a doctor or a pharmacist and I don't want to be tainted with any politics or anything like that. So they sit on the fence. The other 45% spend their time pointing out what this 45% is getting wrong and make it clear that the minute they come, they are going to jettison everything that these 45% were doing and start all over again. So you have the situation we see, and if you want to see it vividly, look at our infrastructural projects. You'd see that somebody has started a hospital. We have a constitution that says government is a continuum.
Yeah.
But the next person comes, doesn't complete what is supposed to be continued, and then comes out with a massive thing like 88 hospitals and then moves to 111 and starts building. And the 10% who are the kingmakers do not punish them for doing those things. So you have things like what happened. I remember there was a time that I think Multimedia and Zambi were trying to get Confanoche a neonatal, and a building that had been started 40 years ago had to be erased down.
Yeah, the maternity unit. Yeah.
Yes, that is money just gone down the pan. And so it's just crazy, and we seem to be doing it. And that's why I said in the lecture that the first thing we should do is to fight to devolve health leadership from the executive. Because another thing that is worrying in all that is, let's even say that you've appointed from a small pool. They need security of tenure to plan, because health outcomes take between minimum 5 to 20 years to manifest itself in any population. You take them, and their contracts are more or less tied to the executive. So, for example, the president can wake up this morning and say he sacked the chief executive of Korle Bu Teaching Hospital, and nothing can be done about it. He can say the director general of the Ghana Health Service is gone, and nothing can be done about it. But more importantly, because of the transitional provision, anyone who is appointed by the executive, tenure ends with the executive. So you find a situation where technically all our teaching hospitals, the Director General of the Ghana Health Service, and any other health affiliate that was appointed by the president gets truncated on the night of 7th of January.
Yeah.
What madness is that? What, I mean, how can you say so? Unless the new incoming person says, okay, I'm going to maintain these people until I've done my own appointment. The minute the president leaves, the door is shut, midnight. That's it, your job has ended. Meanwhile, we are expecting to get health dividends in maternal mortality that will take 10 to 15 years. I mean, how can we even think so much backwardly? And I wouldn't mince my words. We are thinking so backwardly, and we want to get transformational outcomes. It's not going to happen.
This is how this conversation is going to go. We're certainly going to point out what is wrong with what we're doing and see how we can straighten it up. Because actually, every mistake we point out is human lives. Everything that is done wrong is the effect is a human life or human lives being lost. We can't afford that. When we come back, we dig deeper with Kwame Sapong Asidu. Stay with us.
Are you hoping to start university this October? If you want a British degree from a world-class university at a fraction of the cost, then join Lancaster University Ghana right here in Accra. With a diverse student community, vibrant campus life, and 50% scholarships to support your study, Lancaster University Ghana provides you with a world-class education that creates endless opportunities globally. Don't miss this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Apply to join Lancaster University Ghana, where learners become leaders. years. Admissions are currently open for our October 2023 intakes. Apply now for our foundation and undergraduate programs. For more information, contact us on +233 030 221 8989 or send an email to admissions@lancaster.edu.gb.
Reverend Dr. Steve Mensah, Reverend Dr. Ebenezer Markwe, Bishop Frank Ofosu Apia, and your host, Dr. Michael Bwedi Nyamiche. Come and experience Jesus, the miracle worker. Venue is the Destiny Arena of the Makers House Chapel International, Atomic, adjacent School of Nuclear and Allied Sciences. Time is 6:30 to 9:30 p.m. on weekdays, 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. on Saturday, and 8 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. on Sundays. It's going to be a life-changing encounter. The Experience Conference 2023. I can't wait.
In life, choice is good, but choice plus safety is way better. Your safety and comfort is paramount. Under the cylinder recirculation model, you can buy LPG in a safe environment. All cylinders are inspected and maintained to the best safety standards, so your safety is assured. Just take your empty cylinder to the nearest exchange point and swap it for a filled cylinder. Different cylinder sizes will be available to meet your pocket size. Imagine cooking in a smoke-free environment. This will improve the health and well-being of you and your family. Choose LPG in a safer model of distribution. Cylinder recirculation model, securing your safety, creating more jobs. A message from the National Petroleum Authority under the patronage of the Ministry of Energy.
To the shining sea, where the air light that sets you free with the rhythm of Africa. Together we reach our goal. So fly high, somewhere bright on our wings. We will reach the place of the
Hi, now let me share my wildlife experience with you at Safari Valley Eco Park. On our arrival, we were greeted by experienced tour guides who took us through an orientation on how best to enjoy the experience. We were surrounded by wildlife from the moment we entered the Eco Park. We saw zebras, sable antelopes, crown cranes, maras, silky chicken, emus, wallabies, deer, ponies, and so many animals. We watched the animals roam freely in their natural habitat, undisturbed by our presence. Our tour guide told us so much about the wildlife, their behavior, and how to interact with them. I even fed them. We also went fishing. Then we took a break to have lunch in the beauty of the open space. All of this fun and activities for a starting price of 250 cedis, and it's free for children below 6 years. As the sun began to set, it was time to go back home, but not before our sunset dinner by the campfire. We've had a thrill of a lifetime, and I can't wait to visit again. Safari Valley Eco Park, bringing you closer to nature.
Coffee in your cup and joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
Trying to stay alive, and sometimes it just starts with the right conversation. Well, The Right Conversation is here on the Super Morning Show with Kwame Sapon-Asiedu. He's a Democracy and Development Fellow in Health at the Ghana Center for Democratic Development, known to you and I as CDD Ghana. He gave a public lecture on Monday. It's got us all thinking. So he's our guest this morning to expand and break down these ideas further. All right. So if you're tuned in, you're in the right place. We're going to get started in just a moment. But first, looking for a convenient way to maintain your Renault vehicle without compromising on work or spending time with loved ones? Then let me introduce the Renault Ray by Premium Motors Limited. It's your new mobile van mechanic. Experience the convenience of Renault Ray at your preferred location with no extra cost. Okay, so you get to pay the same price just as if you visited their workshop. So from oil changes to brake inspections and battery replacements, among others, they've got you covered with your Renault vehicle. Book your appointment with Renault Ray on 055-958-6412.
Now, are you tired of the daily commute to work during rush hour? Or maybe you're planning a girls' night out and need a reliable ride. Perhaps you need to deliver an important parcel and want to get there on time. Whatever your reasons for commuting, Access Bank and Uber have got you covered. With the Access Bank Visa card, you can now enjoy 30% of your Uber rides. That's right, 30% of that particular ride anyway. Use promo code Access Ride Savings to enjoy affordable convenience and cheaper rides, even on a limited budget. Don't miss out on this amazing opportunity to save big on your daily commute. Visit our website, ghana.accessbankplc.com or social media today to learn more about and also start enjoying and saving again on your Uber rides like never before. Access Bank, more than banking.
All right, let's get started, shall we? So, Kwame Sapon-Asiedu is our guest, and on Monday he delivered a public lecture on the health dividends that Ghana has accrued in this fourth republic. Now, Kwame said a lot of things. For example,
now let's look at maternal mortality ratios. Maternal mortality ratio is the number of women who die during pregnancy and childbirth per 100,000 live births. It's an indicator of a health system's capacity to protect and preserve the lives of mothers during childbirth. For a democracy to deliver a health dividend, this right of women should be a priority. Again, let's see how Ghana has performed. Between the years 2000 and 2020, maternal mortality rates dropped by 47.3% in Ghana. In comparison, over the same period, Rwanda saw a fall of 72.12%, Sudan 57.94%, and Liberia 16.07%. Hence, apart from Liberia, the comparator countries saw a higher decrease in the risk women face during childbirth compared to Ghana, with less investments in health. Did our democracy promise a lower value for money to our wives at the outset? If not, can it be said to be yielding the right dividends for the Ghanaian? Now let's look at infant and under 5 mortality. Infant mortality rate is the number of infants dying before reaching 1 year of age per 1,000 live births in a given year. We can all accept that a democracy cannot be said to be yielding a health dividend if health outcomes are such that the most vulnerable are not protected. Is our democracy protecting the lives of our vulnerable toddlers? What do the numbers say? Between the year 2000 and 2020, the percentage decrease in infant mortality for the comparator countries was as follows. Ghana saw a decrease of 48.09%, Sudan 40.60%, Liberia 58.20%, and Rwanda 72.27%. Yet again, how is Rwanda achieving these significant health outcomes with less monetary input? Let's look at the probability per 1,000 that a newborn baby would die before reaching the age 5, if subject to the current age-specific mortality rates, termed under 5 mortality. Between 2000 and 2020, the risk of children dying by their 5th birthday was decreased by the following percentages. Rwanda by 78.73%, Liberia by 59.80%, Ghana by 56.08%, and Sudan by 54.90%. Yet again, with the highest percentage change in health input, Ghana did not achieve the best outcome. Now let's look at the percentage of our population above the age of 65 years. A high percentage of any population reaching age 65 or above indicates improvement in health deliveries in the health delivery system and an indication of better health outcomes. Moreover, a higher proportion of elderly citizens also suggests lower mortality rates among the younger age groups. From a governance standpoint, this matrix showcases the efficacy of policies relating to healthcare, social support, and economic stability. Countries that experience an increase in the percentage of their elderly population often demonstrate proactive governance, investment in health infrastructure, and policies promoting healthy aging. Based on the available data, between 2000 and 2020, Ghana increased the percentage of its population above 65 years by 6.89%, from 3.19% of the total population to 3.41%. Comparatively, Sudan saw an increase of 33.07%, Rwanda 29.17%, and Liberia 5.96%. It is clear, therefore, from the selected health outcome indicators that under this Fourth Republic, our health system has not delivered as much as it could based on the inputs successive governments have made in health. Under this democracy, our health system comparatively seems not to improve the longevity of our population as a whole, can't protect women adequately during childbirth, and is failing the most vulnerable, the very young.
Morning Show. I'm a woman's man. No time.
Yeah, so those are excerpts from the public lecture delivered by you, Kwame, on Monday. Now, I want to illustrate the effect of all those numbers you shared. This is a text message that came to me this morning from Rachel. She says, I almost became a young widow a year ago. My husband had an emergency and we went to a hospital in Tema. I'm not going to mention the name of the hospital. By 4 a.m., an injection had been administered. The doctor told us to wait 15 minutes after the shot for observation and then we could go home since the emergency would have passed. So we just sat at the OPD to wait. Guess what? Within 5 minutes of taking the injection, he blacked out. I started screaming for help while trying to resuscitate him. The doctor came over and helped me take him to the emergency ward. Now, do you know why he went off? The injection was an overdose, according to the doctors. So if he had been alone, sitting at the OPD, they would only have realized that he was dead. I would have been called and told my husband died of unknown diseases because they wouldn't own up to their error, and there would have been no witness to know what was administered. So I just want you to cast your mind through a hospital. The various places at which an error like this could easily happen. The various points at which a person could die with no accountability whatsoever, with no repercussions whatsoever, whether it's the OPD, the dispensary, the wards. I mean, this could happen anywhere, in any hospital. Why is our healthcare system so fraught with weakness?
Thanks, Kojo. I think I tried to answer that question in the lecture. It goes down to leadership. Even at the start of this conversation, I said that. Anyone who was at the lecture would have heard my colleague William Ofori also state the fact that 90% of our health facilities don't even have standard operating procedures with which they work. And it goes down to leadership. It does, because if the leader has a secure tenure, then they can plan to put these processes in place, and then they can hold people to account based on the processes that are in place. Because you have a procedure, and if the procedure is flouted, then you can do an assessment of how the procedure was flouted and how probably an error had occurred, because errors would always occur in healthcare, but you try and minimize it and learn from them. So unless we solve that leadership conundrum, because the first thing is you are appointing a leader. The leader, you see, and that is why I go back to leadership. You appoint a leader first. That leader then appoints subsidiary leaders at the lower level. So let's say you appoint a Director General of the Ghana Health Service. He would appoint other directors, regional directors, district directors, you name it. If the person is so inclined that they are appointed because of political loyalty, what do you think would happen to the subsidiary appointments? Would they be by meritocracy or they would be by loyalty? So if they are by loyalty as well, then even that pool I was talking about is getting even more smaller, because the pool from which you're pooling your health human resource at a leadership level is not competitive enough. And once they are not competitive enough and they get in, we are all human. The mentality with which you govern is you also want to find loyalty in the institution you've been asked to run. And once these threats run down the health leadership chain, you are bound to have poor outcomes. I've not seen any health system I've studied where loyalty is the major parameter by which leaders are employed.
You gave some comparative statistics. You talked about other countries. You gave examples of other countries: Rwanda, Senegal, Liberia, and you compared our numbers to theirs. And you talked about our maternal mortality as well as our child mortality, infant mortality, and then our life expectancy. And it was quite clear that the countries you chose have all performed better, well, apart from in one matrix, Liberia, than we have. Okay, we have spent more money than they have, but they have got better outcomes. First of all, help us understand why you chose those countries for comparison, and also why we are throwing money at the problem, but it's not fixing it.
Yeah, that's an interesting question. You see, when I sought out to put the lecture together, I asked myself one question. If you look at our health outcomes, there's organic growth. No one can run away from the fact that there have been improvements in the last 30 years. But the question then became, could we have done better? So then I looked at our discourse when it comes from political narrative as to why we always find reason to more or less downplay our underachievement. And I found out that the major driver these days is COVID. Everything is about COVID, and we've not recovered from COVID. So I was like, okay, COVID was a global pandemic, but we still find reason when we are having conversations to blame COVID for everything when we underperform, as though the other countries we're being compared with did not have COVID. So I said, okay, I'll make it worse for the other countries and give Ghana a handicap. So I went for 3 countries, all of whom had had civil wars in the last 30 years, and brutal civil wars. And they should also have had another global pandemic apart from COVID. So I selected countries who were ravaged by Ebola. So those countries, to start with, were starting from a lower base. They were investing less. They had been hit more than we had ever been hit over the last 30 years. So they had no business competing with us when it came to health outcomes. And that was to just shut the narrative around COVID. So no one could say, oh, this is attributable to COVID. So that was the baseline. And for me, that was very, very important. So that was part of my methodology, that the comparison should give Ghana an unfair advantage. And so you realize that I did that again with another country that's not in Africa, Singapore, and said, where is Singapore now? And where is Ghana? And Singapore is the best health system in the world based on Statista. So I said, where was Singapore in 1960? You look at it, and in 1960, Singapore had 1.6% of its population over the age of 65. Ghana had 2.96%. So our health system when we became a republic, was actually keeping us living longer. It gave us better longevity than Singapore. By 1970, 4 years after Nkrumah was gone, Singapore had caught up with us at 3.1%. So both health systems were given similar longevity. Then you bring it to 2022. And while Ghana has gone in how many years? From 1970 to 2022, which is 52 years, had gone up from 3.1 to 3.44%. So we had increased the percentage of our population that lives above the age of 65 by 0.43 percentage points. Singapore had moved from 3.1 to 15.29%. So I asked myself, on what basis then are we using COVID as an explanation? Did Singapore not have COVID? Did Rwanda not have COVID? Did Liberia not have COVID? And did Sudan not have COVID? So that is the reason why those selections were made. And I use the Singapore examples to show how badly we have lagged behind. Because in 1960, Singapore had no business comparing itself to us. If you go reading from third world to first, Lee Kuan Yew talks about certain aspects that he learned from Ghana. Yeah. So why do they now have 15+% of their population above the age of 65 and we have 3.44%? And you see, that throws in a number of things, because people are contributing to pension schemes that are supposed to give them, say, a lump sum when they retire at 60, and supposed to pay them something on a monthly basis for another 20 years that they live. Truth of the matter is, our life expectancy at birth under the prevailing circumstances is 63.8 years, which means majority of the people are going to be dead in 3.8 years anyway. And they are contributing, so they are not going to benefit from about 16 years of what they are contributing. So all these things bring a nuance that we need to have a bigger conversation about our health system and even our pension schemes and how they are designed and other things. But we are having conversations and say, oh, we improved by 6.9%, so we've done well. And that is what the politicians want to tell us. So what they are doing is, oh, under the NDC, we improved by maybe 3.3%. And as we improved by 3.5%, we did better than them. But that is a race to the bottom. And that is a race that we need to move ourselves away from. And that is basically what that was about.
Now, we've thrown a lot of money at the problem compared to the other countries that you cited. One would have thought, I mean, these are resource problems. This is a third world country. There's resources we don't have. We can't pay doctors. We can't build hospitals. We can't buy medicines. That's it. So if we are putting money in, why are we not getting better outcomes?
Okay, so you have to look at health this way. Globally, the country that throws the most money at a health problem is the United States. But the country that has the best health system is Singapore. So, leadership is key. You understand me? If you look at the statistic table, the top 20 countries with the best health systems have some of the most robust leadership models and based on meritocracy. You've lived in the UK, Raymond, you've lived in the UK. You would never hear that the chief executive of the NHS or NHS improvement is being appointed because Rishi Sunak said, oh, I like this guy in the Conservative Party, he's a good doctor, so he can go and run the NHS. No. It is advertised, and it is advertised even before the incumbent who is about to leave has left office. People then apply for it based on their competence. There's then a search party, sometimes even not from the NHS itself, but sometimes they go for recruitment agencies who would do an interview or an assessment center and come up with the best candidate. That best candidate is then given a contract based on the health strategy of the UK, based on the current prevailing health outcomes and the expectation of an improvement by a particular proportion. But what do we do in Ghana? The minute the president goes, everyone goes, and we get new people in. I dare anyone to say, go show me the appointment letter of any health leader in any teaching hospital which has key performance indicators. We all see the appointment letters because normally they are made public and they'll leave them.
Congratulate them.
Yes. Have you ever seen a key performance indicator which says, I'm appointing you to this position as Chief Executive of Korle Bu Teaching Hospital, and I want you to decrease mortality from maybe orthopedic surgery by X, or to decrease maternal mortality in the hospital by Y? No. So the person is congratulated and given a job for which they are not going to be held to account. That is crazy. And we need, we need to start talking, because the level of craziness is what's manifest in the poor outcomes. So it's got nothing to do with the leaders. It is how we are choosing the leaders and how we are not giving them tasks to complete. And we seem to think it is normal. We just seem to think it's normal. I mean, all of us sitting here, I'm quite sure you'll not be given a job, Raymond, and told, oh, you can go in there and go and work. There are KPIs. At the end of the year, you'll be reviewed not against the loyalty or the contribution to the political party that put you in there, or how many health activities you've organized for party loyalists, but on those key performance indicators. I dare anyone again to show me any leader in our health system who has KPIs, and to show me by how much they have improved the KPIs, and to show me who has held them to account, whether there's been a performance review of these KPIs.
I want to ask something. If the president, for example, the president's child was sick, and there was a choice of two people to operate on this child to save their lives. One of the surgeons belongs to the president's party. The other one is the best surgeon in the world, but belongs to the opposition. I have no doubt in my mind that the president would choose the one from the opposition, because it's his child's life at stake. But they still make these appointments based on loyalty. Is the problem the fact that our leaders are not subjected to our healthcare system? They are not at the mercy of our healthcare system. Is that why they are able to make such, in your words, crazy decisions about its leadership?
You see, I struggle when people tell me that our leaders are not subject to our health system. They're actually subject to our health system, but they don't know. The truth of the matter is this: for management of their chronic ailments, because whether you like it or not, when you get to a certain age bracket, you would have chronic diseases and you would need medical checks and other things. They can go abroad and do it. And we hear it. We hear the speaker is going here, the president is going there. We hear it. It's announced. So it's not hidden. It's public knowledge. That's fine. You can go and do that. But if you listen to the speech, when in 2015 my mom was diagnosed with endometrial cancer, the issue was to fly her abroad. But there were other complications that prevented her from being flown abroad. So she had to deal with the health system, even though we had the resources to take her out. But that is actually the reality, because we were here when a president, in an emergency like that, was subject to the health system. We've seen a number of prominent statesmen not being able to be flown out. We've seen a vice president. You understand me? So if it is very naive if they think that they are not subject to the health system. The dangerous part for me is that when they are subject to the health system, they are at their most vulnerable. And that is even scary. So it is even more important for them to fix the system, because they use other health systems that are thriving, that are well designed for their routine stuff. But those health systems would not be available for them for their emergency stuff. And most often than not, it's the emergencies that take you out, not the routines.
Indeed. Kwame Sapon-Asiedu is our guest. He's the Democracy and Development Fellow for Health at the Ghana Center for Democratic Development, CDD Ghana. We're talking about his seminal public lecture, which was delivered on Monday, about the health dividends that we are or perhaps are not reaping in this Fourth Republic. So far, so dismal. But when we come back, we'll look at solutions. We'll start looking at what we can fix, what we can tweak. Because the thing is not a money thing. It's not a money thing. It's a leadership thing. We'll figure it out when we come back from these messages.
Imagine say water wake up at dawn. You know buff, you know chop. When it vanish for your area for 2 weeks, you not get one drop safe inside your tank.
Hey.
Hajia, our life was in dangerous. Only our neighbor gets water with water tank.
Water tank?
Yes, water tank. Mamma mia, that water tank gets meter for checking water level. That water tank be fine past Kumasi Selenium. That water tank be tough like Ghana Army. That water tank, they carry water pepe, so say some no go left inside the supply tank. What a tank! As my boss, Mr. Poncho, go talk.
Beautiful, durable, with water level indicator and accurate volume of water. Water tank. What a tank! By Duraplast.
The voters registration exercise 2023 is here with us now.
The Electoral Commission is making preparations for voters registration exercise from 12 September to 2nd October 2023 to enable citizens who have turned 18 years or persons who have not previously registered to visit the EC office in their district and register as a voter ahead of the upcoming district level elections 2023. The registration exercise is in line with the Commission's mandate to compile the register of voters and revise it at such periods as may be determined by law. Every eligible Ghanaian should visit the EC office in their district and present their Ghana card or passport for inclusion in the voters register. Applicants who do not have a Ghana card or passport are required to bring 2 persons who are already registered voters to guarantee their registration. Do not register again if you have lost your voter ID card. Replacement of voter ID cards will start from 3rd October 2023 after the registration exercise. Transfer of votes will also be done from 3rd October to 9th October 2023. It is a criminal offense for a guarantor to guarantee for more than 10 people, non-Ghanaians and persons who are not 18 years of age. Guarantors who violate this provision will be prosecuted. The voters' registration exercise is part of efforts to ensure credible, transparent, and peaceful elections in Ghana. Register to vote. Your vote is your power.
The voters registration exercise 2023 is here with us now.
Here she comes. So simple, yet captivating, exuding confidence, elegance, and effortless beauty. Introducing the all-new Ahorfe from GTP, the perfect fusion of nature's splendor and intricate designs to enhance your own unique style. Each pattern designed with precise intention, printing moments into memories, just like the cherished things in life. Make life beautiful. Embrace it with the all-new Ahorfe from GTP, available in various colors and designs. Visit shop.gtpfashion.com to order now. GTP. Life styled.
By popular request, I'm inviting you to join Latina Travel and Tours on a 7-day prayer pilgrimage to Israel. Be prepared to be baptized in the Jordan River by our special pastor and also pray at the Wailing Wall. We will visit Jericho, Bethlehem, Tiberias, Nazareth, and many more enchanting holy sites that will linger on and on. You can choose and register for any of the following trips. First trip, 15th to the 22nd of October 2023. Second trip, 19th to the 26th of November 2023. Rate $3,600 single per person and $3,200 double per person. Package includes visa, flight, hotel, tours, and many more. Call and book your space now on 0244-260-789 or 0558-120400 or visit Latina Travel and Tours at Alisa Hotel, Northridge. Media partners Sunny TV, Sunny FM, and Joy FM.
Oktoberfest is here again. Ghana's premier 5-star hotel and your CMG hospitality facility of the year. Labadi Beach Hotel brings you another exciting edition of the biggest beer festival in the world, Oktoberfest 2023. Performing live is the Bayern Boys Band from Germany. Catch all the fun with German traditional food and beer at the plush Labadi Beach Hotel on the 6th and 7th of October 2023. For enquiries and reservations, please call 0302-772-501 or 0249-532-866. Oktoberfest Beer Festival. Come, let's party!
Stay at the YMCA. It's fun to stay at the YMCA.
Joy 99.7 FM.
The 2023 district level elections will be held on the 19th of December 2023 from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. When you vote assembly and unit committee members into office, you give them the authority to plan, budget and implement decisions on your behalf because district assemblies and unit committees are responsible for the development of the areas within their jurisdiction. The assembly determines how much to spend on essential services and infrastructure, for example, healthcare facilities, schools, sanitation services, public transportation, the supply of clean water, local economic development and security measures within the locality. There is no discrimination against eligible candidates and voters. We must endeavor to vote for the right candidate irrespective of gender, ethnicity or disability. A vote for the right candidate is a vote for development. All Ghanaian citizens of 18 years and above with valid voter ID cards should turn out in their numbers to vote for their preferred candidate. Political parties are not allowed in district level elections. Do not sell your vote to any political party undercover. Remember, district level elections happens once every 4 years. The time is now. Your vote is your power. Get involved. This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Information with support from the Governance for Inclusive Development Program implemented by GIZ and commissioned by the German Ministry of Economic Cooperation and Development.
To play together. RightTest.com.gh. Play for fun, enjoy the game. RightTest.com.gh. Join today on a bonus spending. RightTest.com.gh. Come together, make we play. RightTest.com.gh. Say see a betting. Simple. Games are hold on. Simple. Pay out in so. Simple. Right better man. Simple. Correct us. Quick cash out. Free bonus. Correct us. Quick cash out. Free bonus. RightBet.com.gh.
Together we play. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Bet responsibly, not for persons below 18 years. Gaming can be addictive.
We need you to read all of this in the next 30 seconds. Is that okay?
Yeah? All of it? Do they really offer all of this?
You ready?
Yeah.
Let's give it a go.
All the goals, clashes and moments. All of Rashford, Salah and Saka. All 380 games, all in HD. Available in all the languages you want, on all the devices you enjoy. Choose the bouquet you want from all the options available. The Premier League, all on DSTV.
Very wonderful conversation that I cannot miss out on. If you listen to the lecture, and I was wondering how you chose those countries, the Liberias, the Rwandas. Now that you have explained, it gives a very different perspective to it. What we are discussing today is that we've been pretending to be doing very well, but compared to countries that have been doing extremely terrible things in times past, they've been through a lot. we do not have the excuse to repeat COVID and the other things that we'll be repeating consistently in this country. You know, that's our biggest excuse, right? For finances, it is. In fact, there was a time that, who said it? Somebody said that even our inability to hold press conferences by the Ministry of Information or meet up their targets was because of COVID and its related factors. Even for the year before. I mean, you would think of it and come to the conclusion that we have for so many years refused to be in Nkrumah's standard that we can manage our own business. Because the years you refer to, before 60s, 70s were doing well. The people that were beaten, the Singapores of this world, was in the 60s and the 70s. Immediately after that period, something dramatically changed in this country. We became poor performers. And we are so happy in that state. We entrench it. We make it consistently the case. I mean, there are people talking about, there's a point you are going to raise, Kojo, about a new industry which sits on Snapchat and all the social media handles. Never regulated. Nobody cares about them. But they are the ones feeding an entire generation with aphrodisiacs. They are the ones feeding with drugs. Now, even cosmetics, they do it at home, show you how they do it on Snapchat and on social media. And they are destroying human bodies, kidneys, livers, and nobody cares.
And the regulators are browsing.
Yeah.
They are browsing.
They see them.
They see it. Yeah.
Sometimes they are even patrons.
Oh, my God. All right. Well, today's conversation is crucial. Before we get back into it, let me remind you, Raymond, that your chances to boga are reducing by the day. You need to be quick and call Tina at Litina Travel, because perhaps your last chance will be in October and November to go to Israel for the 7-day trip. You know, the really good rate for that all-inclusive trip. Or maybe you might join the CalBank Women Banking trip to Turkey and Dubai. This one is for all CalBank clients or prospective clients, you know, so it's nothing to do with the X chromosome or anything like that. You can just visit and engage with the Turkish business community from the 11th to the 16th of October on pharmaceuticals, agriculture, cosmetics, furniture, fashion, textiles, food and beverages, construction equipment, and medical equipment, among others. So please call Tina. Okay, this is the number 0244 260-789. Limited places are available.
If I'm unable to travel, they brought something to Ghana that I'll be very excited to participate in. That's October 1st. It's here again. Now, Ghana's premier. You saw what Aaron was doing.
Aaron is very excited about it.
Yes, Ghana's premier 5-star hotel and your CIMG Hospitality Facility of the Year, Labadi Beach Hotel, brings you another exciting edition of the biggest beer festival in the world, October 1st, 2023. Performing live is the Bayern Boys Band from Germany. And also, catch all the fun with German traditional food. Could you like
Frankfurters.
Yes, that one. And beer at the Plus Labadi Beach Hotel on the 6th and the 7th of October 2023. For inquiries and reservations, please call 0302 772501 or 0249 532866 or 0244 747670. Oktoberfest Beer Festival. Come, let's party.
All right. Speaking of partying,
it's
big good time. Let's party. Let's party.
Yeah.
That's Buckinghamshire accent.
Let's party.
Yes, when Buckinghamshire meets Mankesim. It's big good time. Are you worried about your parties, your weddings, your outdoorings, your funerals or hangouts? Maybe you're thinking, what drink to enjoy during these celebrations? Well, it's got to be Bigu, because with them, no wahala for the occasion. Bigu drinks are easy for everyone to enjoy, and of course, you can have the ideal celebration with them. They get different, distinct and captivating flavors, including cocktail, cola, apple, coconut, lemon, and my favorite, lemon lime, as well as orange. They come in the 16-pack or the 20-pack, so there's a lot to go around. Infuse color into your life and get rejuvenated. Grab a bottle of your favorite flavor and treat yourself and loved ones to a memorable experience. Bigu Drinks, another quality product from Twillium Industries Limited. This advert is FDA approved.
Before we continue talking about our health, it's a new world of doing business, and your business shouldn't be left out. It's time to get a Momo for Business today to accept payment from over 15 million Momo customers. All you need is a business registration certificate and your Ghana card. Applying to be MTN Momo merchant has been made simple and fast. You can just dial *5051# and follow the prompts or apply online at momomerchantapplication.mtn.com.gh. You receive a reference number which you can use to track your application so you don't get caught waiting. Enjoy secure transactions and convenient transactions for your business with MTN Momo today. Note, the application is free. Do not pay any money to anyone for a merchant payment solution. You can report any fraudulent charges using the Momo app available on Play Store and the App Store.
Okay, shall we get back into it?
Yeah.
Our guest is Kwame Sapon Asiedu. He delivered a lecture on Monday about the health dividends of the Fourth Republic, or the lack of them. And we're trying to figure out what the way forward ought to be. As for the problem, I think it's obvious. We can all see what the problems are. The symptoms are the things you experience. The no bed syndrome, the no ambulance syndrome, the no oxygen syndrome. The lack of basic things that are needed to save human lives. Those are the symptoms. But of course, the solution has to come from leadership. But that's the question I have on my mind. Leadership, which would include and encompass regulation, seems to be asleep. Raymond gave a perfect example of the kinds of concoctions that Ghanaians can quite freely shovel into their systems and become a burden on the healthcare system as a result. I mean, why is nobody thinking preventive medicine in Ghana?
Kojo, it's interesting because in the lecture I talked about it, and I would read. I said, then there is the forgotten populace who rely on traditional medicine, priests, fetish, juju men, malams, and outright quacks. Their percentage is not clearly known, but is known to be significant. And why do I say that? You see, when they mix these products, even people with professional qualifications are buying from them. And that is why they are a forgotten populace. They exist, but leadership and regulation behaves as though they are just in the ether. You see, and so it's become a free-for-all. People will be taken to a sorry fear for something that has to be. And when you have an unregulated space like that, yes, you would have people who would take advantage of it, and that's why you're saying that they are selling all these things on Instagram. But the unfortunate thing is, especially for those who cannot afford conventional healthcare and seek healthcare through these unorthodox routes, when they have the so-called liver and kidney damage and they get to the hospitals to start it, if it's dialysis, like you were saying, when they are back of the queue, because they cannot even afford it. You see, and unfortunately, many pass away. But nobody is doing anything about it. All you need to do is to go to any of the bus terminals or town, and you see them hawking their wares. Or you need to go to a spot anywhere, and you see all these concoctions with alcohol, and people are drinking. You ask a person, what does it contain? I have no idea. And you see, we are laughing, but these are outrages that are happening under our health system. It's outrageous that we live in a democracy and not a banana republic. This is a democracy, and democracy leverages on the rule of law. What rule of law is allowing these people to do all these things? What's the rule of law here?
Do you think part of it is cultural? Do you think that perhaps we have, even in the Ghana Health Service, at the top of its leadership, or in the Ministry of Health, or at the Food and Drug Authority, at the top of their leadership, do we have people who fundamentally all believe that these roots and stems are potent, they are not harmful because they are organic? and these are the things that our forefathers used to cure themselves. So just leave them be.
You see, I don't believe so, because I mean, it would be disingenuous if you get to that level with your level of education and you believe that.
But they are the ones buying. No,
but
buying the medicine.
But, Kojo, that's the point I made. If you, I referred to the fact that as a pharmacist, I've seen a lot of research done by leading lights who predate me, like Professor Kwame Sapon of this world, and Samuel Juma Beduma, mentor JSK Yim, and currently the likes of Professor Charles Ansah, Professor Yensu, who are doing a lot of research into herbal medicine in Ghana. And so we know that there are some herbal medicinal products that have efficacy against certain things. But even then, they should be a dose. They should be extracted properly and all that. So I wouldn't think that those people would then suddenly think that, oh, our forefathers were using it and therefore it becomes free for all. But then, and that is why I said down memory lane, when we start saying, oh, is it cultural? What cultural dynamic are we talking about? Doesn't Rwanda have a culture? Are they not blacks as well? Do the Sudanese not have a culture? For that matter, Liberia or Kenya. So and that is why I said we get ourselves steeped into these narratives that we are some different crop of people, 31 million unique human beings who are in outer space, devoid of anything else, and all the comparators are within the 31 million people. We do not compare what good looks like. How is Rwanda doing it? Do you go to Rwanda these days and see churches all over the place to say, oh, they've taken someone who has either a mental health issue or something to Asorifi? You think Kagame will stand for that? He'll shut the church down. Is it happening in Ghana? Yes. If you go there to try and shut the church down, you'll be told, touch not the anointed. What anointed? In a democracy. It just must not be allowed to happen. And that is why, for me, I'll continue harping that it is a leadership problem. We need to get some serious leaders into most sectors in this country, but more importantly, health, because health is wealth.
I've realized that it's almost impossible to convince a leader to do something different unless it will involve procurement. So what can we do to make our leaders actually start fixing these gaping holes in our healthcare system?
What the first thing we can do is to ensure that those aspects of our constitution that require appointment based on loyalty are expunged. Because, look, and that's why I say sometimes when you're having these conversations, it becomes like a broken record. When we went into this democracy, we were here before Kumpreko and all that, and everyone said, oh, this constitution was made for Rawlings. It was made to make him a democratic emperor, so to speak. And they were like that. So you have thought that people will change it. Afterwards, we've had President Kufuor. It didn't change. We've had President Atamils. It didn't change. We've had President Mahama. It didn't change. And now we have President Nana Akufo-Addo. And all of them have used the thing that they were criticizing as an imperial precedent to appoint people based on loyalty. So it tells me that if they can, we need to protect them from themselves as citizens. And the only people who can do it is the middle 10%. Because as it stands now, the 44 to 46% of NDC are sitting waiting patiently, hoping that 2024 the tables would turn and they would have their shot at it. The only way we can do it is to prevent them from harming themselves and harming us, and saying those aspects should be taken out of the constitution.
So how do we do this? How does the middle 10% mobilize in a way that actually ensures that these people do what they dictate?
You see, this is the thing. The two political parties are well resourced. And so they do everything to prevent a third force from coming. In fact, if you try to become a third force, they gang up against you and make sure that they destroy you, because it's not in their interest to have a third party. Fortunately or unfortunately, a lot of people in this 10% belong to the middle classes because they are the ones who tend to shift their vote. We need to have more of these conversations with them. We need to put the figures. Like I said, that the former president was right. We have very short memories. So we've become oblivious of a lot of these statistics that stare us in the face. Like some people would say, the best way to hide anything from the Ghanaian is to hide it in plain sight. Because if you put something in plain sight, the Ghanaian is not going to look at it. Whereas if you hid it in some obscure place, he would go and search and find it.
Yeah.
So the data that's in plain sight, we are not even looking at it. We need to have the conversation with that 10% for them to see the data, and they need to start asking questions. But more importantly, the narrative that, oh, the person can stay for 8 years, we need to start breaking it, because the 10% are the kingmakers. If after 2.5 years they realize that you are not doing what you have to do, year 4, they kick you out. We need to make these conversations around our transitional provisions and Article 71 and the imperial presidency and the president appointing everyone within Lily become a conversation at the next election. Are you going to get rid of it? Similar to what we've made Article 71 become a conversation that everyone is having. And if you commit that, when I come, I'm going to look at these things, and you come and you don't look at them, or you start appointing based on loyalty, then the 10% should realize that this guy's not going to help us. And then we need to have a way to kick them out. And that is the only way we're going to get this done.
So, I mean, let's walk through it, okay? Let's start with things like how we manage our actual hospitals, so the primary care delivery, okay? Every president will come and appoint his people at that level. But really, in order for a hospital to do better or worse, there's so many factors. It's going to be down to the expertise, that is available to them, so the personnel. It's going to be down to the equipment, and then of course leadership crowns it all. So what would be the strategy? What would you advise this middle 10% to demand? Let's itemize the things that they should demand from the next leader of this country to improve primary healthcare delivery.
The first thing they should demand is a merit-based system for appointing health leaders. Because if you appoint them based on merit, they are now going to appoint the next level of leaders, and they would do it on merit as well. You understand me? And the more merit starts trickling down, it will trickle down to standard operating procedures in the hospitals. And people having performance contracts that hold them to account. In fact, you go to certain countries and you go to hospitals, and even customer service is part of a nurse's performance contract. How you talk to patients is part of a nurse's contract and performance contract. Even feedback that you receive based on service users is part of performance contract. Can you show me any nurse in Ghana that has a contract which says these are your key performance indicators? And we look at these things, and why is it not happening? It's not happening because the person sitting right at the top has no contract like that. So we need to demand a merit-based system to start with, and ensure that the people have a guarantee security of tenure. The president shouldn't have a bad dream and say, I sacked the chief executive of the Ghana Health Service, or for that matter, I sacked the Kolebu chief executive. That should not happen. You should be appointed for a tenure with key performance indicators that are reviewed at certain points during your tenure. And you should probably then have a renewal mandate based on your performance. So if we have that secure tenure, then we can then ask them for medium to long-term plans.
Right.
And it's these medium to long-term plans that are going to deliver the outputs that would be leveraged to get the outcomes. But if we do these start-stop things in 2.5 years, ask yourself, since this president came, how many chief executives of Kolebu have come and gone? How many chief executives of Komfanochi Teaching Hospital have come and gone? In a 6 to 7 year period. That's ridiculous. You see, it's only in this country that I see that we have a president who can appoint the chief executive of Cape Coast Teaching Hospital, who Temale, Komfanochi, Kolebu. What's this? And then he also has more people on their boards because of presidential nominees. So the people who are supposed to hold the chief executive to account are invariably also appointed by the overall chief executive. you go in there and it's like a class of friends.
Yeah.
And that is what has to change.
So, okay. So, yeah, I think we've all seen the pattern where leadership is changing positions from jobs to rewards.
Yeah.
So, if it's a reward, then once you get there, then there's no job to be done because it's a reward. So, you just go and then you reap the benefits. So, today, if a Ghanaian walks into a hospital, I want to, you've talked about it from the top end, okay, the solution coming from the top end. I want to look at the bottom end too. If a Ghanaian walks into a hospital, is there something that he can do to ensure that the care he's given is better?
You see, Kojo, again, in the speech, I answered it. I said, look, something like the NHIS, which would be the best trump card for this person because I've got a national health insurance scheme and it should give me some services when I go into the hospital. Anyone here who has an NHIS card, can you tell me the drugs that the NHIS card qualifies you for?
No idea.
So you don't know the drugs that the NHIS card qualifies you for?
You discover it at the pharmacy.
Yes.
And it's
you take the pharmacist's word for it.
Yes.
Whoever is behind the counter, they
and
may
they
not be a
choose what to
pharmacist.
tell you at what
So
time.
you don't
Sometimes
know.
they come in that, oh, it's even covered, but it's finished.
No, so you don't know. You've gone for an insurance,
Yeah.
but you don't know what the premiums are.
Mm-hmm.
You do not know what that card gives you. Do you know the surgeries it covers?
No idea.
So, if we, and that's a question I ask in the lecture, if we were to defy the odds of our life expectancy of 63.8 years and live to my father's age of 87, would I know the monetary dividends that as an octogenarian I need to get from the NHIS to keep myself alive and well, assuming I don't have kids or I didn't secure my old age well enough to take care of me. Those are the things that the citizens should do. And you shouldn't do it. And that's why I didn't address going to the hospital, because by the time you go to the hospital, it's too late.
Yeah.
When I was training in England, one thing they told me, Professor John David Smart told me was, he said, look, Kwame, one thing you have to realize as a health professional, whether you are lecturing, whether you're a researcher, whether you are in community practice, is that nobody comes to you by choice. They come by compulsion because the person is unwell. And any human being would tell you that they don't like to be compelled. So the fact that you're being compelled, at that point, you're under duress. That is not the point to be seeking what that card gives you. And unless and until we start seeking it, whilst we're having this conversation to say, how can the NHIS tell us that we have a card, but we don't even know what it's worth? And so they need to tell us now. The public education needs to start. If we don't do that, and that is where holding to account starts from. If we don't do that, then we go to the hospitals and we think that that's where we're going to find out or do something to benefit us, then we're joking.
I think that is a perfect point on which we can bring a pause to our conversation. But it's a pause. It's not an end. Because this conversation, dear, it has to go on, and it has to go deep and down to every level for every Ghanaian to find themselves in it. That's the only way we can effect change. Kwame Sapong-Asiedu, Democracy and Development Fellow for Health at the Ghana Center for Democratic Development, CDD Ghana. I can't thank you enough for joining us this morning, and of course for your seminal lecture that you delivered on Monday.
Thank you for having me.
It's always a pleasure. Charlie, there's a lot to think about. Ray, we'll sum it all up when we come back from these messages.
Litina Travel, in collaboration with Cowbank Women's Banking, is inviting all current and prospective customers of Cowbank to join their second business trip to Turkey, Istanbul, and leisure in Dubai from the 7th to 16th of October 2023. The cost of the full package starts from $2,550 per person and includes visa, flight, hotel, B2B meetings, tours, airport transfers, and travel insurance. The business areas include construction construction and building materials, furniture and interior decor, fashion and textiles, cosmetics, agricultural products and equipment, pharmaceuticals and medical equipment, industrial and heavy equipment machinery, food and beverage and processing equipment, spare parts, and many more. For inquiries, call Tina on 0244 260 789 or Gifty on 0270 302245 or Akosia on 0555 171311 or walk into any Cowbank branch or Latina Travel and Tours at the Alisa Hotel Northridge, sponsored by our media partners Joy FM and the Multimedia Group.
The eagerly anticipated Pick One game has arrived with a bang. Choose your favorite number from 1 to 36. Stake and get ready for the excitement as we unveil the lucky number. Prepare yourself to unleash even more moolah by staking from 1 Ghana cedi to 350 cedis and win 26 times your stake on the amazing Pick One game. Play by dialing *946# on all networks. You can also play via our website or download the Game Park app on www.gameparkgames.com. Watch our live draws on Adom TV at 9 a.m., 12 p.m. and 6 p.m. daily. Game Park, more moolah, more power. This game is regulated by the National Lottery Authority, not for persons under 18 years. Play responsibly.
Get ready to experience a night of divine worship and celebration like never before. It's the 60th edition of the Bernard Mankwa Celebration of His Grace concert. This year, it's all about my offering a heartfelt tribute of praise and thanksgiving to the Almighty. Join us as we gather at the National Theatre on Sunday, the 24th of September 2023 at 6 p.m. Ministering on the night, Perez Music, Niso, Michael Kessie, Iona Renee, Jayana, the man Bernard Mankwa, and the Presence Band. Admission is absolutely free. Come, let's celebrate His grace together. For more information, call 0554 074 766. See you on Sunday, September 24th at the National Theatre at 6 p.m. Be there as we joyfully lift our voices and offerings to the heavens in unison. Sponsors: InnoLink, FlexiClay, Rayroy, New Professionals, Innovate, Controlite, Specialize. Media partners: Adom TV, Adom FM, Asepa FM, Joy FM, Hits FM, Joy Prime.
The eagerly anticipated Pick One game has arrived with a bang. Choose your favorite number from 1 to 36. Stake and get ready for the excitement as we unveil the lucky number. Prepare yourself to unleash even more moolah by staking from 1 Ghana cedi to 350 cedis and win 26 times your stake on the amazing Pick One game. Play by dialing *946# on all networks. You can also play via our website or download the Game Park app on www.gameparkgames.com. Watch our live draws on Adom TV at 9 a.m., 12 p.m. and 6 p.m. daily. Game Park, more moolah, more power. This game is regulated by the National Lottery Authority, not for persons under 18 years. Play responsibly.
Coffee in your cup and joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
You can tell by the way I use my walk, I'm a woman's man, no time to talk. Music loud, women want for being kicked around since I was born. Never tolerate, I'm okay, and you may look the other way, but we can try to understand and do your time to make your man. Whether you're a brother or whether you're a mother, you're staying alive, staying alive. Feel the city breaking and everybody shaking, and you're staying alive, staying alive. Staying alive, staying alive.
Staying alive. In Ghana, staying alive is an act of grace, not a deliberate act.
So sometimes you understand why everything is left to God. Because the basics, we don't do it. No. It's as if we are very special kind of people.
We are, aren't we?
No, I mean, we are. Frankly, we are not. I mean, let's not.
No, you don't get the point. You don't get the point I'm making. I don't mean special in a positive way.
Yeah.
I mean special as in a school needs to be built for us with a separate bus to take us, with specially trained teachers. That's the kind of special I mean.
And
we have special needs.
You think about it generally, right? And ask yourself, if we can't fix these small things for a society to function, can we think about going to space?
Oh,
can we think about? I mean, listen. Can we think about the other big things that's actually driving humanity in a direction that's exploring more development? Can we ever get there?
Well, our doctor is saying that if you taste the food and it tastes nice, don't eat it because you are diabetic.
Wow.
So you are asking about space. You are asking about space. That is the level we are at. Oh, this is a nation. Oh, don't make. This is a nation where you can get into a trotro and sell a cure for cancer.
Yeah.
And people will buy it. People will buy it and drink it. And you are saying space. Anyway. Kingdom Books and Stationery Limited says you can still get their wonderful 10 to 15% discount in the back to school promotion up until the 31st of October 2023. Okay, so textbooks, pens, pencils, erasers, exercise books, and so much more have all been slashed in Accra, Kumasi, Takrady, Winneba, and Cape Coast. All right, so call them on 0302 764 101 or 209, or just email info@kingdomgh.com. Kingdom Books, where quality and affordability are both assured. Terms and conditions apply.
Kojo, Latina Travel and Tours brings you exciting packages between now and December. And it's tried and tested because Mapi has been a beneficiary of their wonderful trip. Here you are. The first one is actually 2 prayer pilgrimage trips to Israel in October and in November. Each of these exciting trips will last for 7 good days and at a moderate all-inclusive rate. The second one is the Cowbank Women Banking organized trip to Turkey and Dubai this October. This trip is for all Cowbank clients, all prospective clients, to visit and engage with the Turkish business community from the 11th to the 16th of October. Business sectors including pharmaceuticals, agriculture, cosmetics, furniture, fashion and textiles, food and beverage, construction equipment, and medical equipment too. Now, limited spaces are available on all these trips, so please call now just on this number. Tina is awaiting you. 0244 260 789, and you get all the information, everything you need to know about it. 0244 260 789.
All right, so this is another big lecture that I've been looking forward to, okay? Economist and political risk analyst Dr. Theo Achampong is the one delivering the 2023 Banredu Memorial Lecture. The theme is Beyond the Haircut, the prospects for investment and public finances in Ghana in the next decade. This year's lecture comes off tomorrow, 21st of September 2023. It'll be live on Joy News and on Joy 99.7 FM from 2 p.m. It's also on all Joy News social media platforms. The 2023 Banredu Memorial Lectures, brought to you by the Ghana Institute of Public Policy Options, GIPO, in partnership with the Multimedia Group.
Now, if you need money to celebrate Wuberti's birthday tomorrow, the eagerly anticipated Pick One game has arrived with the bank.
That's right.
Choose your favorite number from 1 to 36. Stake and get ready for the excitement as we unveil the lucky number. Prepare yourself to unleash even more moolah by staking from 1 to 350 cedi and win 26 times your stake on the amazing Pick One game by Game Park. Play by dialing star 946 hash on all networks via our website, or download the Game Park app on gameparkgames.com. Watch our live draws on our Dome TV at 9 a.m., 12 noon, and also 6 p.m. daily. Game Park, more moolah, more power. This game is regulated by the National Lotteries Authority, not for persons under 18. Luckily, Ubeti is over 18.
Luckily.
Yes.
So, Ubeti, what are you doing for your birthday tomorrow? What's the move? What's the plan? You're popping champagne tomorrow. That's right. Highest paid.
How are you speaking to the
But Sammy, why?
Why? The man cannot say that. He just asked a question. He's answering the question. He says, open the back. Why? We heard him.
He said he's popping champagne tomorrow. What's your problem?
Champagne. I want to make life difficult for the man, right? Yeah, just subjecting him to torture.
That's right. He will be popping champagne.
Ahead of birthday.
Yes. I'm wrapping his iPhone.
Unboxing
his iPhone.
Could you agree to buy him an iPhone, right?
Pardon?
You agree to buy him an iPhone?
Pardon?
Pardon.
All right. Listen, we're going to leave things here, okay? We're back tomorrow with even more on the Super Morning Show. But we'll leave you in the capable hands of the future birthday boy. He'll do his thing, let you understand why he's the highest paid DJ in Africa. Until tomorrow, have a fantastic day, and of course keep listening to Joy 99.7 FM. It's been a pleasure. On behalf of the team, thank you for listening. My name is Kojo Yankson. I'm the morning man.
Raymond Dalkwa.
That's him.